Skillshare!
Hi all, welcome back to Crobaton. We had our 1 week break and we start 30 minutes late. Everything's back to normal. Welcome back to Crobaton, D&D 5th edition campaign run by me, BlazeFort, aka Tom, your chaotic evil DM. I have my players. We have Justin. We have Riley. We have
Hello.
Mare. We have Mary.
Hi.
We
What's
have
up?
Alex. Give him a second. He is and we have Josh.
Hello.
If you are watching on Twitch, please remember to follow and consider subscribing. I have emotes that someone will probably put in chat right now. Let's see who does it. Oh, there we go.
My internet's running slow, I'm sorry.
Yep, people put emotes in chat. Thank you very much. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. If you have a cool comment on the video, I may shout it out in the next episode. No one comments on my videos, so there's nothing this week.
Hold on, I'll do that right now.
It's not gonna make a difference. I'm not gonna shout it out while we're playing.
Except for Justin talking to himself.
Hold on, where's...
Don't let the algorithm
People
know.
talk to themselves and that's weird.
Super weird.
Because this is the theme of tonight, if we had a sponsor, this is when we would plug them. I'm gonna comment on all we were saying. Hi, great. Is there anything else I forgot? Not that anyone else remembers what I plan to say.
What about that one thing that you were talking about earlier today?
Yeah, that too. Don't forget that.
Yep.
Anyway, so we're ready to start. Previously on Crobaton, because I know everyone probably forgot what happened last session. I wrote this like the other day, so it's basically what I remember as well. Alright, so the party had the day to do as they pleased within the city of Boatwright. Gorgon woke up from a terrible nightmare and then spent the day reading some books he borrowed from Hugh Blakely. In exchange, he's holding on to his hat of disguise. The party split up from there, breaking out into their individual activities. Missy and Mlecca gossiped and then went to speak with Emid about Skyrise and the Trial of Passion. Zini and Edelweiss had some god talk and walked around Boatwright finding some strange things. Thorin was able to obtain some manacles and was able to speak with the deity who called out to him during the trial. They're also made aware that Bran Hornraven will return tomorrow afternoon. We begin with the next morning. So, you guys have all like spent the day like doing your various things. So what would you guys like to do? You have until like sometime in the afternoon where you should probably go meet with the council.
So this is the morning now? Okay.
Don't all jump out at once.
Well, if nobody else had any plans, Gorgon is probably just gonna wake up and have his coffee and then gather his books and head back off to the Wizard's Tower to get his hat back.
Okay.
Not necessarily to return the books. He just wants his hat back.
It's
Good morning,
not
Starshine.
gonna go well.
The Earth says hello.
Do you like do anything before that in the morning, or are you like just getting up and booking it?
No, he's got a to-go cup of coffee.
Me? Oh yeah, I'm having a coffee down in the inn first.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just wanted to know if Edelweiss was going to have to stare at you, immediately jump out of bed, and storm out of the building.
It'd be funny if he did that, but Gorgon is entirely not awake in the morning like that, unless he has a nightmare
About doors.
about doors. Yeah, doors that can't open.
gotta make sure the door's open.
Mm-hmm.
Does there come a time where Gorgon has to sleep with the door open?
Oh yeah, no. When he was a kid, like this is like some metagaming backstory here, but when Gorgon was a kid, like he had to sleep with the door open, otherwise, like he was afraid. You know how like kids are afraid the monster's gonna get him if the door is closed? Like he's afraid the monster's under his bed, so he wants an escaper.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is why Gorgon needs to open every door.
You
Think
know,
ahead.
the fear you have when you're a kid that a boulder's gonna come rolling down after you, you gotta have an open doorway.
Yeah, exactly. He read Indiana Bones, and then he had that fear ever since.
God, it's worse that you mentioned running away from a rolling boulder to Wizard Indiana Jones.
Why do you think I said that, Justin?
You're right. No, you're right.
Gotta be one of his
I thought
major
of every
fears.
idea.
I'm pretty sure half of the best parts of Gorgon's backstory is made up by Mare at this point.
Whoops.
No, it's fine. It's great.
I mean, I'll just take back all the things I came up without it, you know.
No, you're the other half of all the good stuff. This just makes it sound like other people wrote my backstory. I had something to do with it.
Yes, you did.
I promise.
I was there for it. Okay, so Gorgon's doing his breakfast thing and heading off to the wizard's tower. Are you like just handing him the books in exchange for the hat? What are you trying to do?
I'd probably ask him about the stuff I learned and see if, you know, I'm understanding things correctly, since Gorgon's kind of learning some new concepts about extra planes and all that. But yeah, aside from that, I'm just handing him the books, giving back the hat.
Okay. So, because I will say that you got the hat back, in less than 24 hours, you are still attuned to it.
You can get unattuned by just being away
if
from
the
it?
item has been more than 100 feet away for at least 24 hours, if the creature dies, or if another creature attunes the item, you are no longer attuned.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
glad that was the first thing you did. Otherwise,
Alright,
you gotta
cool.
spend
Yeah,
another
so
hour.
Gordon's gonna put on the hat, cast Disguise Self, make the hat disappear,
Okay.
and then he walks
Alright.
off.
What is everyone else doing?
Writing Gordon's character.
It's the first.
I guess
one I'm writing down.
I'm going to chill and finish writing my dad a letter from the night before and wait for Maleka to wake up, and then I'll go downstairs with her.
Whenever I wake up, I will go get breakfast with Missy.
Actually, I get impatient and throw a pillow at Maleka.
I aggressively wake up and then begrudgingly get breakfast with Missy.
Missy woke up today and chose violence.
Yeah.
Me.
Is there anywhere real quick, I guess, as people are still waking up, since it always wakes up at like the crack of dawn, is there anywhere really close by where I can buy the materials to make 2 more healing potions?
There was the flower shop that you found. You can probably ask there. I imagined it as being more of like flower, not necessarily like medicinal herbs. If not, you can just roll me a investigation check.
Yes, I can roll you an investigation check that I will actually use a dice for today, because I'm sick of roll 20s random dice generation.
Wow. I'm finally not alone.
You know what? I probably should have used it. I rolled a 4, so we're at 3.
So,
Edelweiss can't remember where the flower shop is.
you get up really early and you start walking around and you're like, where was that flower shop again? And like you walk by the temple and you're like, oh, I remember like this was like a point where I walked to it from, and then you like start walking around a bit more, and then you realize like it's still pretty early and a lot of the shops aren't open yet.
Yeah, that tracks. I guess I'm just going to stand here Let's wait for it to open.
Well, you didn't find the flower shop. You made it to the temple, and did not find the flower shop.
Did I say wait for the flower shop to open? No, it just means shops in general.
Okay. All right. So
Otherwise, it's just standing in a town square awkwardly.
maybe he found a bench or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do Goliath yoga in the town square fountain.
All right.
Next to, not in. Next to.
Zenny is very disappointed that she can't do Goliath yoga with you.
Edelweiss, give me a performance check.
Foreman. All right. Got a -1 to that as well. Got a 13.
So like you draw some eyes, and people are like, "Oh, that's strange." And, like it's kind of look they give you. But you do find like two kids who get up like pretty early in the morning, like two human kids, and then they start like mimicking you from like across the street while their mom's like looking at something.
I'm just gonna smile at them, not menacingly, because I feel like a Goliath could do that.
They kind of giggle, and like they like try to do like their own moves that don't like they definitely aren't yoga moves, but like just like weird like body contortions.
I'm gonna stop at one point and just clap for them.
After that, they're like their mom comes by, and they kind of just like chase after her.
Cool. I'll try and find a flower shop on the way home, or some sort of herbalist shop. Otherwise, I'm just gonna head back.
All right. Also, you can give me another investigation check now that you've wasted like an hour.
Great. Seven.
All right. So you at least took a different route to get back to the tavern, but still, no.
It's fine. Well, I'm back. Guten Morgen.
At this point, like everyone else is like pretty much up. All right. What is everyone else doing?
Good morning.
I was gonna have Throden, talk to Zen, but I didn't know if Mary wanted to do something first, or...
No. Zenny, gets up and is disappointed that, Edelweiss is not around to do yoga, and she gets her coffee and goes back to her room and sits in silence, drinking it alone.
I can't believe multiple weeks I have in my notes. Edelweiss gets lost.
I can believe it.
Poor big dude.
Going to be a filler episode one day. Edelweiss got lost and just didn't find his way back.
No, it's one of those, like, episodes, like the droid episodes in Clone Wars, where it's just like a sub-adventure of Edelweiss running around, being charming, not realizing the impact of all of his action.
Yep.
What if that's
Oh,
what we do?
God.
Like the next time we have to cancel a session, somebody just hosts like a one-shot for a specific character.
Am
I
I the
love
Jar
it.
Jar of the group?
No, you're the C-3PO.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought Gorgon was a CP3.
I am. I'm a very angry
No.
C-3PO.
No. It's Edelweiss and the kobolds.
Master Gorgon.
And the kobolds are dude.
Gorgon likes this.
That makes sense.
Well, I just imagine C3PO as Gorgon just because like comprehend languages. That's the thing.
That's what I'll name my book, C-3PO.
But it like stands for something obscure.
Yeah.
Okay, so Throden will approach Zen's room and knock on the door loudly, as is his way.
It takes her a second, because she gets up and goes to put her mask back on, and thinks about it, and asks, "Is that you, Jen?"
Yep.
That's what I figured. And then opens the door, but kind of stands behind the door.
Is it like dimly lit in the room?
Probably. Do I have candles?
Okay,
Do I
he sees you.
If I have, like, I don't think I have candles. I think I have, like, incense. Otherwise, I'd have, like, dramatic candles. Probably dark. They're dim.
Pretty dark in here, Zen. Gonna have to watch my step, which will be hard because it's dark in here.
Oh, I don't notice. I know that you usually, daywalkers will just open windows in the morning, but there isn't much point to that in the shadow, though.
Oh, alright. I guess you have windows there, though, right?
Do you... Yes.
Okay.
For them, sometimes. She, I think she just leaves the windows, closed usually, and it's like creepily lit, but she opens the windows so it's brighter in here. So Thornton doesn't fall and hurt himself.
Thanks.
Or panic and have to use a divine something.
Nah, he does like using divine sense, though. I'm assuming if Zen didn't close the door already, Throden will. I figure if her mask's off, she did that very
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, probably.
So, I want to talk to you about some things. Some of them
Yeah.
older things, kind of. Some of them not so old.
You're being somewhat dramatic, but sure.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I will continue. You remember the other day in the crypt when, you and Miss Fortune were shouting at each other a little bit? Well, you don't really shout, but you were whispering slightly louder than normal.
Oh, I suppose I was a bit frustrated. Should I apologize? Is that what you're here to tell me?
No, I was here to, talk about that whole situation in general. And, she certainly would like an apology. I talked to her myself to try and understand her position, and I think we came to an understanding. We agreed that we came to an understanding. So, Her position on it was mostly that you have a tendency to, rush on ahead, and that puts her and her sister in danger, and the rest of us, but her focus was on, her family, which is understandable.
Well, how does me rushing ahead have anything to do with what's happening to them? I understand that Missy does not swing blades, but that's why she stays away from the blades that are swinging at her.
She does do that, usually.
Then if that's clear, I don't understand what the problem is.
Well, we're a team, a party. And, it'll be more official when we get a name, but, even now, we're all working together, we all look out for each other to some extent, and if one of us is heading off, the rest of us have to, follow to some extent.
I suppose. We should get a symbol too, by the way. I know that's not what we're talking about, but I would like if we had a symbol. But that makes sense, but I still feel like we have a formation. Sort of. Is that not obvious?
Oh, could you explain what you mean by that?
Well, usually if we're in a straight fight, you and I will stay in the front. We can... Well, I don't want to say we're the most experienced, but we can do the most damage, usually. Maleka too, I suppose. And if we're trying to figure something out before the enemies see us, me and Maleka will move together, and those of you who are larger or heavier, like you and Edelweiss, will stay in the back with your very loud armor. And since you can't see in the dark, you stay farther back when it's dark too. It seems obvious. And, those who don't swing swords stay in the back when we're in a front-facing fight. They don't seem to be in that much danger.
I think one of those scenarios you just mentioned had Melika up front, with you, who tends to run off. Which is, I think, the core of Misfortune's concerns.
When have I left Maleka behind somewhere?
Well, that would be the issue. You aren't necessarily leaving her behind. You're taking her with you further into danger.
Is finding danger not the point of what we're doing?
That's more our thinking, I think. But those two don't seem quite as keen on it.
That doesn't make sense. If they don't want to be in danger, why are they working with the council like this?
Well, just because they're willing to do dangerous work doesn't mean they want to be in danger. I don't want to be in danger, though I don't mind it necessarily.
I would say something about having capable protectors with them, but I would feel like I'm lying to them. How about you?
Oh.
Throwden, I mean.
I think we're both capable, but we, have a lot to learn still. A lot of progress to make.
If it feels unfair, I don't know. I don't think I'm capable enough. It's frustrating. I feel like I just skirt off their ignorance and make them believe that I'm capable enough. If they knew what a real shadow dancer looked like. I don't know.
I think you're quite capable, but as I said, you and I are still learning, as is the rest of the party. We've only been, doing this for a little bit. We're
I've
all
been doing it for a bit longer.
well. I mean, that's true. You're a bit on the older side, I suppose.
Oh, when you have this much time, expertise takes a lot longer to reach.
That's interesting. I don't really understand that, but it's interesting, certainly.
Xenos has had his chains for 100 years. He knows how to use them far better than I can.
Well, when I first, came of age, I was arrogant, I'd say. I thought better of myself than I should have, and it didn't really make me friends among my comrades. And I tried to prove myself to them, and that didn't really go well, rushing off headlong into danger doesn't generally work out well, I would say, for you rushing ahead or for those around you.
What do you mean?
Well, this was about a year ago. I understand there's an order of warriors within Vormash, the Templars, and they usually bring only the best into their ranks. And I got in at a very young age, and I was sure it was because of my skill, and there were other factors, but I hadn't really considered that at the time. And so, I had a sort of, air about me, I suppose, and it rubbed my comrades the wrong way. And I found the life of a Templar less than glamorous, shall we say. A lot of, cleaning floors and digging latrines and standing around for hours while nothing happened. You remember how boring it was sometimes to stand outside the warehouse and bug Olam. It was like that, but a year of that. And also sometimes a lot smellier.
I suppose when you don't live for quite as long. Yes, a year is a long time.
Okay, well, you don't have to rub it in, Zen, That's not necessary.
Sorry. I'll imagine it was like 10 years.
Well, all of that, it was frustrating for me, and I wanted to prove to everyone that, I deserved to be where I was. And so when an opportunity presented itself, a special assignment from my captain, we were going to put down a sort of group of bandits who were harassing trade to the north. I jumped at it. Never even considered anything more about it, or the danger involved, or my own inexperience in actual combat. And so that led me towards this bandit compound with the rest of my comrades. And well, it was rather undefended for what it was supposed to be. Very undefended. They had, stone spears and arrows. It was a lot of children there, a lot of, older folk. Not really what you'd expect from a bandit enclave, and we just sort of marched in, and they didn't really fight back. We rounded up a good chunk of the, young men. And at that point, I think I started to realize it wasn't a bandit camp. It was just a village. I didn't know why we were there still, but we lined up. It was people. It was tieflings, actually, not a dragonborn. You might have not caught that, I suppose. And we executed them. I had been the first to volunteer, and so I was given the honor of the first swing. I didn't find out until later. It was just political matter. They hadn't paid sufficient tribute to Vormash. That was all. It was enlightening, I suppose, in a very grim way. And what I want you to take from that, Zen, learn from my mistake, is rushing in just to try and prove yourself. You can find yourself in situations you're not prepared for. And the power of that situation can overwhelm you, lead you to do things you'd never otherwise consider.
That makes a lot of sense, I suppose.
took me a while to figure it all out for myself. Glad I was able to explain it so it didn't take that long for you.
Hmm. Would we feel that like the two of them know each other well enough, that Zenny could tell how like upset and how much Den does not want to talk about this, or would you want me to do like an insight check, Tom?
Do an insight check. Like, I think it's kind of obvious, but I want to see like how well you read him.
That's 17.
Yeah, so like the way that Broden's speaking, you can tell that like it's very different from the like outwardly like from like how Broden normally acts. Like he's usually the one to like bark first, but like he's a lot more solemn when he's speaking about this topic, I'd say. If Josh, you want to describe your character a little bit more.
Tom, talk. You didn't think it was coming.
Yeah, I mean, that's generally the case, I'd say. Zen would know in general. He doesn't really like talking about, this section of his past much, and you can guess why now that he's gone into some detail. I'd say, like, in this moment, he seems willing to open up more about it if she had questions. Like, he's trying to sort of, share this with her to help her out, so he's willing to, poke the wound, so to speak.
I think she's quiet for a while. I imagine they've sat down and are not just standing in the room like NPCs.
Have
But
you
I
heard of the High Elves?
I imagine she's like sitting on the bed with her feet up, and she's quiet for a while, and eventually asks him, "Is that what your trial was about?"
To an extent. It brought me back, first to just the village in the aftermath. I guess I wasn't really there to see that part of it. I tried to, interact with the tieflings there, and they couldn't hear me. I couldn't speak. I don't quite know what that was all about.
I hope you don't mind my asking. You didn't. I've never seen you like this except for then. Not that. I don't know.
Well, sorry, you can speak.
Sorry, I took too long to think. It's not. It feels strange because I act as if I know you so well. But it's just because you're the only person that I know well here.
Well, I like to think that we know each other, fairly well. For the time we've known each other, at least. Well, there was another section of my trial, I should say. After, the first one, you appeared between my captain and the tiefling who I was to execute. Courage was his name. I found that out later.
The cowardly dog.
I tried to, just stop it from happening again, I guess. I struck at my captain, and then, this fellow Colby showed up, and he's apparently a god. I didn't realize that at the time, either. But, he said some things, and I said some things back. He's an odd fellow, I suppose. But I got these! As in a show her the prayer beads.
You got something?
Yes, well, he came later, but I'm pretty sure it's from him, because I prayed with them and he's answered me, and it was beads.
A god answered a prayer from you?
I mean, isn't that what gods do? I thought that was, like, the big thing about them, right?
I have never spoken to my queen. Not I've spoken to her, but I've never been answered.
Maybe you need beads.
Maybe I need beads. I don't know whose very honest snort that was, but I appreciated it.
Probably mine.
Rodin's conversations have a lot of turns in them, I find.
Man, if this were just like a different styled campaign, this could lead to some interesting plot developments. But
Oh. I don't know if you mean what I think you mean, but I don't want to think about that.
well,
Tom.
don't think about it. Continue.
Too late. It's already there. Well, with all this in, what I'm really trying to get at is I don't want to, try and lord over you with my experiences. I want to share them so you can learn from them and not make, the mistakes that I made. Because it stays with me, that memory, that place, and what I did there. Still with me. And I don't think it's ever gonna leave.
Mm.
And I care about you. I don't want you to end up with something like that.
It's disappointing, the actions one can take in the moment without realizing things later.
Very disappointing.
I think it's far more. It's far more Shadow Kai than it should be. Probably. We are people known for rushing into pain.
Well, I'm not saying that you can't, take the lead or be the first into the fray, but it's important that you start to consider those around you and how it will affect them. Us, in your party, and also, in our most recent, encounter, the guards you were there to rescue. There are times where we might even have to consider, those we're fighting. They might be people who could be reasoned with, rather than needing to be, beaten down.
I don't think it's... does it just bother everyone? Is it obvious? As I rush in and don't know what I'm doing.
That Gorgon doesn't care much.
He rushes in himself.
Only when there are doors, usually, but yes. I can't speak for Edelweiss, really. The kobolds don't care. And I only have Miss Fortune's word for Melika, but, they're sisters. I assume she knows that.
Did they give anyone else virtue names?
No, not to my knowledge.
I can't tell if they've just... I don't know. Maybe she did trust me at one point then. I was...
If you don't rush in so quickly.
Yes!
Tom's being a troll on his own stream. And then it goes away in like 30 seconds. For whoever didn't get it, he put up on the screen, fun fact, wanna trap a wizard, 98% success rate with doors. The first one was, we're sponsored by Microsoft because we use Windows in the world.
No, it was
the second was-
Shadowfell. They use Windows in the Shadowfell. Microsoft, please sponsor me.
And the second fact, NPCs don't need to stand. Or don't need to sit, sorry.
Well, I'm picturing like, I don't know, if you walk past like NPCs having a conversation, they just kind of while standing there, like they just look horrible. their head tracking on you is just terrible because they're just standing there like idiots.
Anyway, that one just cracked us up. That last one was...
If you have a cat mod in Skyrim, the guards will like head track to the cat, so if the cat comes to the guard will just Those are the NPCs I was talking about.
The rare house Achaidh.
Ah, yes. Don't rush in.
You know, like you said, you should at least talk to her. I don't know if you necessarily have to apologize, but it would probably help. And, you know, if you did that, I think you could, you know, regain any, you know, respect you've lost, any trust you've lost. Eventually.
Daywalkers are so strange, Dan. No offense.
We're all pretty strange in our own strange ways. I can breathe acid, you know.
I can teleport.
See, that's pretty strange. Most people can't do either of those things.
Where I come from, most people can.
They can breathe acid there? That sounds
No.
interesting.
No,
Oh,
teleport. So I guess you do prove your point. I've never actually met anyone who can breathe acid. I find it fascinating and terrifying, and I wonder if it's painful.
you should try it sometime. Although I guess you probably can't. Not being
Nothing
right.
happened. I don't imagine that it would work for me.
Have
Anyway.
you tried, though?
No, I suppose not, but acid really isn't my thing. Maybe breathing shadows, but I feel as though there are gloomweavers who can do that.
I don't think anybody can breathe shadows then. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Oh, creating darkness the way that stupid ceiling walking coward did.
Oh, right. That guy. You know, he was weird too. He walked on the ceiling. That's not normal.
He was something else, and I want more of his blood than he has of mine.
Okay, I will make note of that.
Oh,
That you want his blood.
thank you, by the way, for the last time that I got knocked on my ass.
Oh, right, yes. Happy to help.
It is, comforting, I think, when a friend pulls you back from death.
Yes, I would imagine so. Well, I think I've said all I needed to say, unless there's something else you wanted to say and me to hear, or me to say and you to hear.
No, I don't think so. I know it seems silly, I feel like, to all of you that it's me putting up these barriers, but I appreciate that I can speak to you with my face, even though I don't want to do it with the others.
I understand that, and I respect your position on the matter. Though I will say again, I think you'd find them much more accepting of, your face than you think.
Maybe, well, now that apparently, Missy thinks I'm I don't know, fourth-running fool of some sort. I'm not sure, but maybe those of you that I know closely, but other daywalkers that don't know me. No, Zen had enough experience. Well, Zenos, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Zenos.
sorry, that's very confusing to me. You really had to stop doing that.
He's
It's Zen
Zen.
and knows. That's how it goes. That's how I remember it.
She actually laughs, which is something she does not often do. He's Zen and I'm Zenny at home usually, but I don't mind being Zen here.
That's very confusing. You have to change that too, I think.
I'll let them know next time I speak to my family.
Great! He's a pat her on the back. Well, I think I'll go, have breakfast. Quite hungry.
That's reasonable. I'll probably come down soon.
Well, he's just gonna close the windows before he starts heading towards the door. Enjoy your, dim light.
Enjoy your kobolds.
He's going to trip on his way out.
Oh, I'm sorry, my boot was. Sorry.
That's fine. It didn't hurt that bad.
You're very sturdy.
Well, you get used to falling down sometimes, I suppose. Well, good night.
That was
Good day. It's not night. It's just dark.
no, it's just dark. That was surprisingly profound, Thoden.
You.
I appreciate you. I'll talk to you later.
Night. Oh, before I go, you slept well last night?
I tranced well, yes. Did you sleep well?
Yes, I slept well, because I forgot about the trance thing again. One of these days I'll remember it. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Thoden.
Gonna go get breakfast.
Alright, Throden goes to get breakfast. When he goes down there, Missy and Malika are down there, and probably Edelweiss at this point. So, should I relay to everyone else what happened?
Nope.
I think so.
So,
Guys, I'm trying to help you.
Leave it as a mystery. Leave it as a mystery.
Oh my god.
You know where the answers for that should be? In the comments on this YouTube video.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. You go watch the video, you get
Some behind the scenes.
Tom will pin a comment to the DMs during, or not the DMs, the chat that we have on our Discord server.
Justin,
That's-
stop orchestrating my comedy, alright?
No, I think we need to tell Chad about this.
so while Zen and Den were talking, Mayor wanted to see if they could walk by the room while they were talking, because snooping. I had them roll D100s.
Nope.
I had a percentage set of 20 or less. Malika rolled a 15. And so I had them make Malika make a perception check, and she rolled a natural 1. So she did not notice. Therefore, they are both downstairs.
And Mayor's very mad at me.
I then said that they did have that. They were having this conversation towards the end of our conversation. I think that Throden tripping should help them out. Big old Dragonborn, you would hear Dragonborn tripping.
Just hear a thud, or they could already be downstairs having breakfast, and they just hear a big thud.
I think it's possible that they heard the thud.
From...
But at that point, they would have already been downstairs.
They don't know where the thud came from. They just know there was a thud.
Is Gorgon back, by the way, at this point from the Wizard's Tower, or is he still gone?
It's a bit of ways away. Plus, you had to like make the transaction. So
The transaction.
what else do you want to call it?
I don't know.
Well, it wasn't a purchase; it was a transaction.
I just took out a couple of books. What do you call it when you take a book from the library?
Well, you
Honestly asking, because I've never been to one.
Being a
I think
nerd!
if I remember right, you normally just be like, "Hey, I have a library card. Can I have some books?" And like, "Yeah, yeah."
Can I get a library
sure.
card for the...
But then they're like,
Can I get a library
"Yeah,
card
you
from
don't
the
give this
Wizard's
back
Tower?"
to us by this
Checking
certain
them
time."
out.
Checking them out.
But if Ward's not back now, he's probably be back like soonish, within like the next like 30 minutes, I'd say.
Mm.
We probably all end up down. Well, depending on how Edelweiss goes.
He left really
we
early
probably
and
all-
then came back.
That's true. That's true.
I'm
Could
back.
be earlier. Zenny's probably downstairs by the time that Gorgon gets back.
Okay. So what would the party like to do now that they're all together? It's like mid to late morning at this point.
When do we have to meet the council?
You were told afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, woof. But we're basically all back now at that
Yeah.
point. So, any wagers on what errand the council is going to have us do next?
God.
Maybe they'll make us look for Simon.
Who?
Hmm.
Oh, orange guy?
Orange man.
Head of the Lester Company.
You
He's
don't
on
have
the
to. You
council.
don't have to know who he is, Gorgon. That's not
I mean,
important.
Since it's the assumptions that Mr. Raven can't find him, yeah?
Has he returned? Well, I guess we wouldn't know. We haven't been.
He's supposed to
We'll
return
find out
today.
later.
Can I look out the window to see if I see a raven flying by?
You can look.
What? He wasn't a raven though. Wasn't he like a hawk? But his
No, he was
name
a
is
raven.
No, he was a raven.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't his last name like Raven Guard or something like
no,
that?
Horn
Horn
Raven.
Raven.
Horn Oh.
Orange.
Close, close, close.
I was gonna say Ravenloft, but that's the book.
Rayloft of Raven?
Ravenclaw?
Perception?
I thought you were saying perception as if that was his last name.
So anyone have any plans?
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
15.
15.
5.
Okay.
Roll for flying.
Roll for ravens.
You see something like really tiny, like in the sky. But then you adjust your eyes because it's like still like sunny out, and there's actually just like a bug on the other side of the glass.
Ah.
Well, Edelweiss stares at the window. Zenny kind of leans forward, and asks, "Can I mention something that I think many of us were thinking about.
Gorgon kind of leans in. With Zen.
She's extra
Sure.
whispering. I believe otherwise.
Alex, no.
Yes.
Alex is there.
I did not notice.
I
I'm
really
noticed
had a
sorry.
quality
nothing
shot,
that I
too.
approve.
No, on Twitch that was perfect. It framed your face perfectly.
You're overexposed.
I'm so sorry for anybody that had to see that.
We're too close, and Zeddy like scooches her whole chair.
This is why we can't take a week off, you guys.
She leans in and she kind of nods towards Edelweiss and says, "I think Edelweiss picked up on it, but finding a living human, well, finding a living man in the crypts, orchestrating horrible things, and then hearing that another man cannot be found and is near the crypts was unsettling to us, was it not?"
What?
Did you not hear or do you not understand?
So then I can tell you.
Yes.
And
Yeah, yes? Oh my god.
Yes.
Zenny saying she's concerned about maybe Simon went missing in the crypt because the evil guy did something. Or he went missing because he is the evil guy doing things.
The Voidwalker wasn't wearing orange? It doesn't make sense.
You know what? You're right, Thornton. There's some solid logic right there.
yeah, no, actually, that's very good logic. I don't.
Although,
think so.
didn't we look at his eyes? We looked at his
Yes.
eyes.
Yes.
I looked deeply into his eyes.
I looked deeply into his eyes. And we came to the
Aggressive.
conclusion that it was not Simon's eyes, though magic can change things. So
This is true. This is
What if
true.
it is just Simon?
We do have an invisible hat, and I'm gonna grab the hat even though I know it's invisible.
Gorgon just stares mildly annoyed at Edelweiss.
I forgot about that. Hey,
Oh man.
All I'm saying, this is a thing.
yeah, otherwise is right.
Oh! And Gorgon just realizes something. I know how he did it. And then Gorgon's gonna use disguise self, and then make his eyes appear like the dude they fought.
Tom, how
Okay.
close am I to Gordon?
I figured out how he
Are
did it,
you all
guys.
like sitting at the same table?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
sitting at the same
Yeah,
table.
I'll have you roll a d20. Why not?
Okay. I will say that when everyone leaned in, I leaned back because Gordon has a magic hat on. Makes me sneeze. I rolled a 3.
Hold on, I just want
That's
to see
low.
something. Because I
Not
don't think
low
Gorgon.
enough.
Yeah. I don't.
He
Oh, I don't
sneezed,
know.
but
I don't add anything to that, right?
Huh?
Yeah, alright.
I don't add anything.
No,
to
it's
that, right?
literally
It's
if you
just
roll
like
natural ones, something happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I just wanted to see how if Gorgon could put it together that Missy is actually allergic to magic because he just hasn't considered it before.
Yeah, Missy doesn't say out loud, how close am I to you, Gordon?
I'm just gonna have the measuring tape.
Well, if I'm like leaning in like this, then Zenny's like right across from me. So I'm assuming like if you and Zenny are not having are having like a no talky quarrely thing right now, so then you probably aren't gonna be sitting too close to each other. So
Wait,
you're probably gonna be
okay,
sitting
no.
closer to me than Zenny.
No, but
But I know Edelweiss is right next to me, and based off how you motioned your hand, I'm on the right side, so that means he's on my left side. So if you may be on the right side of me.
There was a lot of four-dimensional chess there, just to answer a question about
No, wait,
who's
it's
sitting.
That's okay. It's really easy. Me and Tom play 5D chess. It's amazing.
Missy is upset at Zeddy, but supposedly Zeddy doesn't know that. Also,
I know, but I would assume like,
Maybe
that
this
Missy
Would-
would be keeping her distance from Zenny.
Would Gorgon assume that though? Like, does
No,
Gorgon even?
I'm doing this like.
just social cues.
You asked me how close were you sitting to me. I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, this is where we all are. So you're like right in front of me. So like,
Oh, is there a map up?
there's a map up.
Oh god.
Well, I'd be like probably right here if I'm leaning forward. And Edelweiss is just to the left of me.
I don't know. I just put
So
you
what
guys in a
is-
random spot.
So that means I'm right next to Gorgon. Okay, but I did not react with wild magic, so we're okay.
Okay.
What the heck is this? Is this avoiding the spooky crew? Thank you, Edelweiss, for scooching. Because
I have
everyone
to be
was
there because of the right hand.
everyone's avoiding the spooky
I just
crew.
put you guys on a random
over
order.
here.
According to Alex's notes, Maleka should be where Edelweiss was, and Gorgon should be where Maleka is.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
So
Zenny likes to see herself near the tieflings, but I don't know if she would right now. This is one of those puzzles where it's like, you have
Yeah.
6 people.
yeah, I'm between you.
Yeah,
but
always
not
sit next to each other.
agreeing. Yeah.
So, back into the RP.
Oh, this is the game.
This is the real part of the game. This is what we talk about on Crobaton, where everybody sits and if farts ignite in the fire, in the fire temple.
Fire temple.
Oh yeah. So
We
that's
asked the real question.
This is the real questions that the fans don't think.
If you're a fan,
I'm sorry.
You have
if
more.
you're a fan thinking of
Send to the
questions,
Discord.
yeah, join the Discord. There's a channel in there where you can talk about Crobaton and ask your questions, and maybe I'll answer them on stream later.
Croba talks.
It's not official yet, although I want it to be.
Yeah,
All it
Tom still
takes
got
is having
NPC
us-
tokens to make, so.
Yeah. You'll hopefully see some of them today, the ones I made last stream.
Hopefully.
No,
Yeah.
Alex, the question is we don't know if farts ignite in the fire temple.
Didn't we? I thought somebody tested this. Didn't somebody actually? I thought
Uh,
someone
The only
did and it
person
didn't
that
work.
would have been gorgeous.
Misty wanted to, but
Why would no? Gorgon wouldn't have. He kept going.
Nice.
Statistically, we were in there for a couple of hours. Somebody had to. Somebody had.
Yeah. All right. To Justin's point, back to the roleplay. Coin is here. We're somewhere here.
So, I don't think that Simon would necessarily be the guy that we fought. I feel like there might be a chance that something happened to him if he's still missing.
Do we even know who this guy is? We just kind of know him as the face of the company, right?
You've seen him once.
We've met him once. Yes.
Yeah.
Met.
Yeah.
When
I
we
mean,
met the council, he was there, was he not?
No, I put air quotes around it.
Yeah.
As in, like, he was there and we just kind of introduced ourselves.
I suppose you're right.
although it would be a pretty high priority target to have the head of the most important company in the trading
council?
town. Yeah.
Hmm.
As hostage, especially if they can just, whew, and somebody else.
Hmm. I'm sorry, I wanted to mention it, so it was something on all of our minds.
Well, maybe the council will send us to investigate, and they'll pay extra coin for him.
And Gorgon gets up and walks out.
Well, he probably just leans back in his chair and continues sipping whatever drink he has at the time.
His third cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Tom, is there by chance some sort of like community board within this tavern?
Good luck finding it, otherwise. Sorry, that was
That
real.
was sassy. That was sass.
Oh.
His fortune's still back in the
No,
last
no, no.
session.
Missy did not say that. That was Meredith as a joke.
On a heads, Edelweiss
Mare
is
woke up
hurt.
this morning and
On
chose
a
sass.
Edelweiss doesn't realize it.
What happened?
Edelweiss doesn't realize the sass.
No, Missy didn't say it.
It's
The
too late,
voice-
it's canon.
Meredith said from the void.
Gorgon just like non-canonically raises an eyebrow at Missy.
I don't even think Missy knows that they got lost in the city.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
Like a couple of times.
Yeah, I'd say there's like a board behind where like Jeremy normally stands, kind of like back here, kind of thing.
Is there anything of note on there? Like help wanted, missing signs, and any semblance of a side quest?
Yes.
Need to kill 5 bears outside the city gates.
Find those beers!
Take their pelts.
You don't even understand what you've done.
Lions are killing my rats in my basement.
So what's on this? What's on the side quest
Understood that
bulletin?
reference.
Thanks, Josh. I'm glad you did.
I mean, there's like stuff for like lost cats. Like, I want to say like there's probably not a lot of like busy stuff on the board like currently. Like there was probably like a lot more stuff like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, kind of thing.
Oh, we just did everything.
Well, no, like you have to imagine there's a lot of adventurers who are also trapped in the city looking for work. So you've had the benefit of having the council of like telling you what to do with stuff like outside the city, but like a lot of the stuff that's internal is probably being taken care of by other people. So yeah, there's not a lot of like let's go kill this bad guy kind of thing.
Well, we were asked to meet with the council. We might as well see if they have any leads on Simon.
This is true. This is very true.
Yeah, see if he's there, or, you know, if the Raven dude ever found him.
He's just a Raven dude now?
It's better than Emu, come on.
Raven Dew, Emu.
Emu, Raven.
Yeah. Just gonna come up with bird names for everybody.
Animal themed. God.
Eventually, he's just gonna be known as a raven.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, just a raven.
yeah, it's
Teen
it's
Titans.
it's almost
go.
like this continent is named after a flying type Pokemon.
What?
You know?
Fan
What?
theories.
The time it took me to realize that was
I never
There.
thought of it as, I don't know why. It never clicked. It didn't click for me for a solid minute that like it was a flying
Oh.
type Pokemon.
It's because her name's Wanda and his name is Vision.
Still haven't seen that. No spoilers, please.
Same person. Same person.
at me, Justin.
He did!
That's what Mary texted me the day we started.
Oh,
It came out. She was like, I just
I just got it.
legit just got that. Like half of that.
Vision.
Vision part? Like the vision part? I just thought it was like television, WandaVision. I didn't realize the second part was meant for vision. Oh my god.
Guys, come on!
Please
So-
kill me. I'm really stupid.
Oh my God.
9 weeks.
Jeremy, if you
9
find...
weeks it took her. I love you so much.
So Jeremy, if there's any work anywhere... Oh, our DM's gone.
Just like,
Guys, you kicked her
taking over as DM. So we all get like at least 10 platinum.
I think it's
Alright,
You can roll a d20 for extra platinum, and that's how much you get.
When Tom gets back, we have to say we're in this.
So we're in the
Yeah.
council building.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where we are.
Yeah.
We're in the council building. Yeah.
Council building.
Oh no, Riley.
We go to the secretary and we're like, yo, what's up?
Hi.
We're back.
Ray? Okay.
So hi guys, welcome back to Crobaton.
Hi.
Hi!
How's your bio break?
Do we want an actual break? Or do you guys want to do
No,
anything
I'm
before you go to the council?
Going to the council. We're there.
Yeah,
Unless
we've been at the council. We're waiting for you, Tom.
Jeremy, if there's any work left to be had in the city, just let us know.
Will do.
Otherwise, we'll be back.
I'm going with you guys. I'm just telling Jeremy, the person that is employing the kobolds.
Hey, goodbye, kobolds.
Are the kobolds staying here?
Oh, they're coming with us.
Goodbye and bye. Goodbye.
Then I hold one of their
and
hands.
Go to the others.
Yeah, no, they'll come with us.
I feel like every day
We're
there's
gonna
like less people in this room.
I mean,
Everybody's slowly leaving.
They don't live here.
They don't?
no.
Yeah, they sleep under the desks like
Yeah.
like
It
anime
is, it's like in a fetal position, you know?
Just one long slumber party.
Like when a music student tries to hide in
As
a
ones in movie
practice room.
theaters where they can fully record.
Perfect.
You guys can arrange yourself however you want. I just have you in like a random position that
I
makes
I
sense.
do enjoy that the kobolds are
I'll
the
sit
first ones
here.
greeting the.
Oh, the seat's open? Don't mind me. Thank you very much.
Well,
Oh.
Kobolds
Do we
on
wanna
the
go with
first
that?
portion.
I just saw an open spot next to, Misfortune and Throat, and I was like, the kobolds would go there.
Over here.
Oh my god.
Really just, perfect for their relationship.
Yeah, Gordon just walking over them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fitting, yeah. I mean, I've only walked over one of them.
You walk over one kobold, you walk over all the kobolds, Alex.
All right. Hey, what's up, council?
So you walk through like the main council door, or like the entrance to the council building. And you're allowed to go through. They're like expecting you like around this time. This is like probably like earlier afternoon, I'd say, based on what you guys did. But so like you all approach, and John that speaks. Welcome back. We have word Bran has returned with Simon. They are on their way here. You have
Oh.
pretty good timing.
Well, that's good actually. I don't think Simon's the only one to say that that was concerning, yeah.
Yes, of course. Him being gone for long periods of time is a bit concerning for us when we have to make decisions as a group.
Well, good. So I think that we were told to come here today for some sort of new work, or should we wait for Simon to get back?
We are waiting Bran to return as what we'd like you to do may concern what Bran or the information that Bran or Simon have to offer, but we will be able to discuss this when they finally get here.
But, okay.
We apologize
So-
to this for being early. We were getting really off topic.
Do you have like a waiting room or something? Like magazines we can, or are we just gonna stand here?
Have some lollipops.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are welcome to like hang out here, talk to the council, or like go outside. Like they let you in because like there's nothing like hindering you guys from like walking in. Because like they're expecting you. You're just like in that awkward time where you're early enough where like they're all like ready expecting someone, but not everyone's there yet.
Yeah.
Like when you're the first one at a party.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Kind of like that. But
I mean, I guess I'd like go outside. I don't really want to hang out inside with them.
Too
So
stuffy for my taste.
So get this. It's called that because her name is Fonda. And his name is Vision.
Are you still on that, Edelweiss? I
Like,
don't even know what you're
Edelweiss has
talking
been-
about.
But like, otherwise has been talking to the council about this the whole
This
time.
all-
He's
you
like,
guys
oh my
can believe
God.
it.
he's like, so like in the end, in
That's
conclusion,
great. I
this
saw
is-
like back home.
These
in
was
conclusion.
so crazy.
Roden's gonna ask the council how they slept last night.
I'm gonna leave
don't
with
know.
Maleka.
I don't know if you want me to roleplay that out, Tom.
As Thorin says this, he's just gonna go wait outside.
Drusilla slept fine. Jeleneth and Emmet, as far as you know, trance.
Gone again. I'll
Then he
get
kind
it
of
one of these
pats
days.
him on the arm and is like,
I'll get it one of these days.
So, if you guys don't want to do anything else,
Wait! How did you trance last night? Ah, I figured it out.
it was fine. It was a relaxing time. It was quiet.
Okay. Figured it out then. It was just the one word I had to change.
I suppose so.
Yep, Throne's back to normal.
Yep, we're good.
Where's
What
Renda?
dramatic backstory? What?
What was it? What'd you ask? Otherwise,
Where's Renda?
we had sent him out to do some things around the city. He's probably our one of our better field agents. We can send him to do pretty much anything anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the others? Hey, every time we come here, I think we all think that this, like, you guys don't like each other or something, because there's always one of you that's just missing.
Well,
That's right. We're suspicious of the Dragonborns because we met them.
well, the all
I'll try not to be
all 8
offended.
of us, we don't typically all meet at the same time every day. We all have things to do within the city. Primarily myself and Emmet are the ones who hang around here most of the time, but even we have other things to take care of from time to time. We always try to keep either Drusilla or Emmet here. They are both knowledgeable of the spell sending, I'm sure you're aware of. So,
Oh, that is something that I have heard of. I don't use it. I can't use it.
I'm sure if you keep trying, eventually you'll get it. But we try to keep one of them here. So don't make me have you make a Constitution saving throw. But we always try to have one of them here so that we can contact the others in case of emergency, or just anywhere else within a longer distance. But the Dragonborn, as you have pointed out, they are out often. They usually come like very early in the morning, and then
I'm sorry. I don't have a character voice, so it's hard to discern. Misfortune left with Maleka, so she didn't just say to the council, we're suspicious of your Dragonborn.
Well, I think like she would like point it out, like, yeah, you guys don't see them very often. Because
Okay.
Edelweiss did ask a question about it.
Okay.
So whoever's present, like they hear this answer. But yes,
Edelweiss giving PowerPoint presentations about WandaVision.
If we'll go over to this next slide, you'll see that their names are Wanda and Vision.
They're two separate slides. See, this is Wanda. Click.
Guys,
Yes.
we're gonna get copyright strike. We gotta stop. We have.
You're right. You're still right. You're still right.
Goes to the next page. It's okay. It's okay. These
You will kill us.
Not to be confused with this Wanda, and then Wanda from the Fairly Odd Parents comes up.
Yeah.
No, not Nickelodeon too. We can't get involved in that.
How many people can we get in a courtroom at once? Let's do it.
We're trying to get sponsors, you guys.
Speaking of popular cartoons, Codename Kids Next Door. When's that being brought back?
I cannot believe you did all three cartoon
Guys.
giants at once.
So we go to the waiting room and we sit
So
there
after a
till,
few minutes go
we
by,
see
I think the council's losing their mind. I think half the party members have lost their mind at this point as well. You do see Bren, who you've seen before recently, and Simon behind him. The ones who are outside, they can see him first, obviously, but he's wearing his like normal like orange suit, but he's also got a like a very fine like gray cloak over him. Not like over his head, but like there is a hood. But like it's just like it looks very warm and it looks very like expensive, but it's simple looking. So like that's obviously been keeping him warm while he was up north. But
Man, I turn to Malek and be like, man, it looks like your perfect prey. Like, just look at that guy. But don't pick his pocket right now. Let's just follow them. Let's go.
Jesus.
Is Gorgon out here?
Oh,
What's that?
about-
Did Gorgon
Well,
just
Gorgon,
get
are you?
I did leave. Well, I did leave, yeah.
I think it's just
Yeah.
Edelweiss and Throden that are still inside the room.
Are Zenny there? Is Zenny?
Zenny
yeah.
Oh, Zenny
stayed.
stayed? Okay.
Yeah,
Zenny and the
Zenny-
kobold are there.
Really the
mortified,
perfect
but
group
no one
to
can
talk to.
tell.
Yeah. No, I mean, Simon is perfect. Like, the spitting image of anyone Maleka would have picked up on in Ekrikar, so. But we're following behind him and Bran.
Oh, hello there.
You NPCs have entered the battle.
Good morning. Good morning.
So Bran, like as he walks by you, like he says like hello, hi to like each and every one of you as he walks by, and he walks up to like his desk and actually he doesn't like walk to sit down. He kind of like puts down a bag on top of the desk. His desk is like fairly cluttered, so like he just kind of plops this bag right on top of it and starts like taking out stuff and putting it on his desk. Simon doesn't really make much of a motion towards you guys. He kind of just walks up and sits down at his desk.
Arcana check to see if he's a Voidwalker.
Go ahead.
That's how it works. Yep.
While she's doing that, Thornton's gonna ask them how they slept last night.
I got an 11.
As far as you can tell, he's not a Voidwalker.
Ah,
Thornton,
shucks.
who are you asking?
Simon? And Bran's not an elf, right?
No, he's human. These two are both
Yeah.
human.
Thornton asked them how they slept last night, that's all.
Bran will look back towards you, and he kind of like, well, we slept out in the wilderness last night, but doesn't bother me. It was just fine. Simon looks a little irritated.
Not well, I take it.
Like as he kind of like sits down, he kind of just like plops down in his chair, and can we just get this over with already?
Can I insight check him to see what the hell his deal is?
Sure, you can try.
It's like 10 in the morning, brah.
No, it's afternoon at this point.
It's like 12:05. I'll take that 16 for a 21 total.
Yeah, he's like kind of like irritated by something. Perhaps it was sleeping out in the wilderness. maybe he doesn't want to be here right now. But you're kind of like getting in the mood, like, he might be like this a lot.
So yeah, I guess let's get over this thing.
So like, as like he sits down and like you're kind of like assessing this, Bran is still like taking stuff out of his bag. Of note, you notice, I don't want to have you guys do perception checks because he's like kind of covering it, like not like secret wise, but like he's in between you guys and the the items. You guys can make perception checks.
I'm gonna use the shotgun.
That's a 21 for Throat.
11.
24.
22.
Missy Malika.
I mean, my roll's not important. Everyone got over 20.
Okay. I mean, it's nice knowing like who sees it, who doesn't, because like.
No, that's true. I will say I know I don't see it because I got a 10.
Okay. And then Malika. Well, that might be frozen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she might be frozen. So I'll say like everyone except for Gorgon and Missy, you can so like, you can notice like some of these items that are like being taken out. So you see a golden circlet with like an ornate design around each of the sides. It's and then there's like a thin band around the rear of it. I'm using my head for scale apparently. And in front is like a almost like a sun shining kind of design, along with a clear gem like a decent size like set at the front of it. So like where like the sun's shining, like the gem's at the center of that. And that's like almost like a it's like a little bit more than half of it, kind of like, so like if you had like a sunset kind of thing, it's a little bit more. You notice a long metal tube that's like kind of like rectangular in nature, and there's a chain at the top with a metal rod like attached to the chain. You notice a large scroll, like a very like fine looking scroll that you kind of like delicately placed on the desk, and lastly a small silver figurine that resembles a raven.
Ah, the treasure from the dungeon that we missed.
What makes you say that?
Loud clear. Because you told us we missed treasure in the dungeon.
What makes you say that? Yeah, so like he's like kind of like setting all those things out like kind of like sporadically and like like a like almost like a clumsy kind of way, but like he like places them down like very gently, but then it's like rummaging through his bag. And lastly, he like you can see him like kind of like pull something up and then like stick it back inside and like look towards the council. So yeah, these guys did pretty good. And kind of like gestures towards you guys. I got Simon back. What's been going on? So Jelen like looks to him and like very curiously, like she's just confused like why he has all this stuff on him, and also why he's taking it out. So Jelen begins to speak. We have them on here. They kind of gave us their briefing, and you all can jump in whenever you have anything else to add about what you guys experienced up north. But we were concerned whether if you had encountered anything else of note. And so he like begins to describe like what he saw, like he was flying up above, like as you guys saw, he met you guys and went into the crypt that you guys were in. Within it, he found some more undead creatures that he was just like, nah, I'm good. So he was able to avoid most of them, but he did have to fight off a couple. He was able to find Simon deep within the crypt.
Simon in the crypt that we've been.
Yep, and
Oh, loser.
That makes it more suspicious.
Yeah, seriously.
So he says he found a back room that was blocked, and he was able to open, and it had like all this stuff in it, and then like something else, and then he goes back to his bag and he pulls out a cloak. That those of you who rolled a high perception check earlier, you can see this like pretty clearly. It resembles the one that the Shadow Sorcerer wore. And then he kind of like puts it back in the... We should probably talk about this when they're not here. Do you have the thing that you wanted them to do? And Jelena and Ian just kind of look at each other and be like there's just like this like, oh no, he doesn't know that they know kind of deal. So
Are we not allowed to know more about the Voidwalkers? I thought we were talking about that a lot. Something changed. Was I not told?
Brand's like jaw just kind of like drops a little bit, like, yeah, I see they're informed. Did not expect that. Wish someone told me.
We did fight one, so it'd be kind of...
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't have described to Brand that you fought a Voidwalker. He's been away this whole time.
Very
True. Yeah. Yeah, we fought one, so we were told about it.
Well, yeah, I guess there goes my big reveal. But,
Just add some glitter and confetti. Ta-da!
if he were a wizard, he would prestidigitation, but he's not.
Do you want to make it...
I cast minor
You drew a
illusion
craft.
to make some sparks
God.
of confetti appear.
Gorgon?
Oh my
Do you
god!
cast minor illusion?
I cast minor illusion over, so it's like over Missy's head.
Missy, can you please
Sparks
roll
and
me a
confetti.
d20?
Thaumaturgy.
D20?
No,
Doesn't
Missy.
make a
No,
little bit of
I
sound.
roll a d20.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you cast
Here
It's
comes the fireball.
another 3.
Okay.
It's another 3.
just a thing. You sneeze.
I sneeze
But-
as glitter comes down over
Probably
me.
louder than before, but no else.
Do I get 3 strikes?
Unfortunately,
As
not.
as Missy
It's
sneezes,
not
like,
that fun.
yeah, confetti gets me too sometimes.
Oh my god.
This game.
We're gonna kill one of our players.
So Bran kind of like looks at the confetti.
It's okay, Gordon's
Yeah.
old anyway.
Out of
He's
town.
that many years left.
Over my sister. Stop happening.
Let's not kill one of our players because of flare.
To be fair, it was my fault. I suggested it.
So Bran kind of like looks at the confetti around him, like, oh, this is nice.
What a
I
boy.
think I love Brad.
3 huzzas for
I
Bran!
He's my Bran.
Brad.
So
Ah!
what exactly are you gonna have them do then, since they know about the Voidwalkers, and we have Simon back, and Simon's still sitting there, kind of looking bored out of his mind.
When you said Simon, I thought you said we have some in the back. And I'm like, y'all are keeping void walkers?
I mean, it's good to keep stock, you know?
It's a
Never know
little.
when you'll need some.
Yeah, so, is there something you still need from us? Is the city still closed? Is the city still closed?
Thought they were
They
opening
were
up,
starting to
weren't
open
they?
up.
Weren't they loosening their restrictions?
Yes, but last you heard, which was like some of the things that they were waiting for Simon for, was the idea of sending out boats again and opening up the Western Gate, because Simon's like the head of trade, so like whatever like he's sending out, like they have to almost like monitor in a way, because like if they send something out without like proper guards, he's gonna lose stuff, the city's gonna lose stuff, kind of thing.
Capitalism.
Is our next quest an episode of Dungeons and Capitalism? Dungeons and trade routes?
We have to unearth the stock market. It's fine, don't worry.
Are we sailing with boats?
It's just a game of Catan.
Let's make the longest road.
Welcome to Age of Empires, the TTRPG.
I see you've mentioned today's sponsor.
Who's gonna talk at this point? Probably Jelmeth again. She's the one who talks. It's the only voice I remember, and I think I maintain the most consistency with. I believe it was to be discussed with Simon as to what to proceed with next, as far as how the city goes. But I believe Emmet had plans for you. And she kind of looks at Emmet and he's like, yes. If you recall, I had you all take part in a trial. Truth be told, the trial is one of 3.
No.
Oh, that's
I swear to God, Emu, if you make me open any more goddamn doors!
He doesn't stop opening them now. All he does is open doors.
And let me point it out to you guys, and I turn around to my crew, I'm like, you know what? Emu's never done one of them before. He doesn't know what it does.
What?
Oh my god.
seems like it. That
We're
seems
just
like
starts
it's really
rolling up his
required.
sleeves.
Yes, Gorgon.
Nifty chose
my way
Violet.
Gorgon flexing his +0 to strength.
I'm gonna push my way between.
Hey, I'm still tower over this asshole. He can still bruise him up pretty bad.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I wouldn't
I'd
say
love
that.
to see a duel between
What's Malika
Gorgon
doing?
and Emmet.
Let me see Maleka. Let me
Meet me
see
in the
this.
nearest tavern. We're arm wrestling.
Malika, what are you doing?
Like, so she's gonna go between Zen and Den and just be like, what are the other 2? Why didn't you tell us this before?
I'm pretty sure he
What's this
did.
about?
Pretty sure he did.
Well, he described like what the first trial was for.
Yeah, never said
But
that.
the trials are meant to test adventurers. We use it as a way to find ones who have what it takes to make a difference in the world. There's criteria that has been long thought about, and what we've decided it boils down to is how you handle passions, what you deal when they're taken away, how you deal with fear and frustration.
So
Oh,
what
Gorgon
was...
just failed that test.
We all failed right here, right now.
So what was the theme of the last one?
Well, I think he told you that was a test of passion.
Test of passion. Oh my god. That was supposed to be the okay one. You were right. I do remember him saying that before.
I also remember the title of the episode.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good indicator to at least you guys, if not the characters.
I think Missy probably looks really confused now. She's like, oh, I don't get it. I didn't get mine. It doesn't make sense. What do you mean it was supposed to be passion? I don't know what it means. Okay.
It's been 2 weeks. I don't remember what he told you. I don't know. Something like.
He said. Actually, she said, "I'm missing it," and he's like, "Yes, your name is Missy." And that was the extent of him explaining the trials.
Thanks.
Yeah, he was.
That
I thought
sounds
he
less
told you
like
to, like-
you talking, more like
I
Tom talking.
thought you told.
No, he said, I asked, like, I don't get it, and he's like, I've never done it myself, but it's supposed to speak to, like, you, and then Missy said, well, I'm missing it, and he's like, well, you are called Missy.
What an asshole.
I thought he also said like you should reflect on it or something. I don't remember.
Yes, he did say think about it, like, think more on it, but Missy's just like, I don't get it. And then Tom made fun of me for, he made fun of Missy because she wants to go to school, but she's having a hard time learning.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, Missy says that out loud, that she doesn't get it. So there's two more, fear and what? Frustration?
I technically
Gordon's
call it
gonna be
anger,
so
but
bad.
frustration is a better
Are you sure this past one wasn't frustration?
Themes of all may develop in each of them, but they focus on what is specific about a certain aspect of your mind.
So, is that what our next task is to find this next one?
Well, my intent was to take you to it, but
Oh, thank God. So we don't have to
See,
fight through the nether with exploding snakes?
The nether.
no, thankfully not. But, if you'd all... If you all agree to continue participating in the trials, I'd be willing to take you to the next one as your next assignment of sorts. However, seeing as there's not really much reward on your behalf, more so it's you earn our trust. I would like to offer some incentive. It's not exactly a you get paid for doing certain tasks, but in order to encourage participation, and he looks over to Brad. Bran, do you need those things you've brought in to show us? And he kind of like looks at all of them, and I guess not.
Oh no, we're taking the hoarder's stuff.
He was so happy.
He's gonna make a net.
Okay.
And
Ivan, I get it. Collect shiny things.
Oh my
he
god.
he kind of like picks up like the stuff, and then he like looks down at it, and like on top is the raven, and he's like, May I keep the raven? And then Ema kind of looks to all of you.
Yes. you can
That's
keep
the one
going.
I wanted.
Gorgon!
Gorgon, make a persuasion check.
Any elbows,
Don't keep-
Gorgon.
Wait, can I just wait real quick? Can I get a list of what he had again, just one more time? He had the raven, the
You should have taken notes.
So there is a
I-
circlet,
circlet.
a
Okay.
scroll,
I already
a
have a
scroll.
hat.
a long metal tube, and the raven.
Okay.
Also, the Void Walker's cloak, but I'm guessing we can't get that.
I mean, you can ask.
Oh.
I mean, you can ask.
Wait, what was the second thing?
Circlet, scroll,
Scroll.
metal tube,
Okay.
raven
raven.
figurine, and the cloak if you ask for it.
Cloak? Question mark. Okay.
Now, canonically speaking, now.
Are you kidding? I am animating that entire thing.
Okay, never mind.
Just Brand being like, can I?
All right.
No, I want that one.
All right, but in all seriousness, do you know exactly what it is you brought back? Like, what is the scroll? What is the cloak? What is the long metal tube?
I'm not sure. This is a druid.
Do you have plans?
So
does
you
not have
just
identified.
brought a whole bunch of possibly rare artifacts back into a high populated area without even knowing what they do yet.
Gordon, you're an archaeology professor.
Yes, and we don't bring rare artifacts back to the city before
didn't you
we
guys-
know what they do.
I'm going to take my hand and cover Gorgon's mouth, and then I'm going to whisper very aggressively, "We literally had an artifact come into the city that we helped put away. Now shut up."
Edelweiss, roll an intimidation check.
On me? Gordon's too arrogant.
I know.
You wouldn't get it.
But
Oh no.
Edelweiss isn't
Don't make me
intimidating.
pull up my raw XD again.
What do you
That
get?
might do
What do
it.
you get?
My Kraken dice gave me the octopus Kraken. That's an
Oh.
natural 20.
Oh,
Sit
Now,
down,
Josh said
Gorgon.
crits only
Nice.
exist in combat.
Oh god.
It's a natural 20, but it's a 19 because I'm a -1 to intimidation. What do you want from me?
What do I do? Do I do anything, or are we just rolling with it? I don't care either way. It's your call, Tom.
Well, like because there's not like a contested check to intimidation, you can decide if you're intimidated by that. He rolled a natural 20.
All right, so Gorgon's just gonna like as like Edelweiss starts saying how we literally brought the artifact into the city, which I don't think we actually did, but we recovered it. But
We
like
brought it back.
we brought it back, but we already knew what it was. But Gorgon, like looking at how annoyed Edelweiss is, he's gonna.
Edelweiss, your hand gets really warm.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's probably a little bit damp too.
ugh.
That's just what happens. Like,
Yeah, no.
talk
Yeah.
for a bit, like while you put your hand over your mouth. I'm just saying that's what my hand's like
Breath.
right now. I need a napkin.
I'm gonna pat him on the side of his head, right by his ear, because I know if I go any further up, it's going to hit his hat, and I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Gordon's just gonna look at these two and be like, I'm gonna have to talk to these two now, aren't I?
Rodin, the
We're all
group
gonna,
mediator.
Get
I'm
along.
pretty sure everybody has something to say to Gorgon at this point.
No, it's fine. We sleep in the same bed.
Roden doesn't.
What?
Good.
I mean, you sleep in the same room. I didn't think you slept in the same bed.
I think they were mainly
Wait,
one beds.
They sleep in the
I thought
same
we
room.
were
Apparently that
separate beds.
did-
I thought we were having like marital
Just a
problems,
sec.
and we slept in separate beds.
If I remember right, Edelweiss rolled to see if he would go into Gordon's bed once, and he was like, "Oh, he knows not to tonight." So
Tonight.
it's possible.
They actually have 2 beds.
But they do have
Edelweiss
2
likes to
beds.
spoon.
Sleep with Gorgon or not.
See,
Yeah.
the problem with the entire situation is Edelweiss likes to be the small spoon. You can see where that becomes difficult.
That's a problem. It's also fascinating to have to think. Edelweiss has been through enough life experience to know he prefers to be the little spoon. That's that's maturing. Yes, Mr. Hornraven, you can keep the raven.
And then he puts that on the desk, and he brings you guys the other items. The cloak is still like in the bag on his desk.
That raven's gonna be like the most valuable thing, and it's gonna put the whole city in jeopardy. And then Gorge's
But it
gonna
makes
scream, "I knew
him
it!"
happy.
Oh, no, it makes him happy. So did drugs.
Dear God.
Is that because he's a druid?
I also chose sass this morning.
This is all happening in Edelweiss's hand.
I'm gonna do just a base Arcana check on the items as he brings them
Okay.
over. Not to sort of like, because I don't think that's like it's not identifier or anything. I know that. So just sort of like to see if any one item is more magical than the other, and if I get the chance to open the scroll just to read what might be on it, if it has like just the name of the of a spell on the top. So. 16.
So out of the items, you can tell that the most powerful one is probably the scroll. You kind of like take a peek at it, and this is definitely a thing I want to open. Hold on.
As Misty opens the scroll, Gorgon's kind of just like leaning over her shoulder,
You can.
and then also has the book and quill appear over his back.
I will let the lean happen. I will assist in the lean.
So, Gorgon, are you making an Arcana check?
Yeah, I'm making an Arcana check, but I'm also gonna attempt to write down whatever's on the scroll into my spell book real quick.
So there's actually.
I mean, I'm not opening it all the way, just as much information I can.
I know,
bring.
but like Gorgon's just getting ready because that's about
There's
24.
also
What's up?
like rules for copying a spell into your spell book, Alex.
Oh yeah, no, it's like 2 minutes for every spell level it is.
Um,
No.
And
No,
that's
that's
an
a
ability I
scribe
have. That's
feature.
legit an ability I
Oh,
have.
okay.
but
That's scribe wizard life.
Okay, so
Gets
a
faster
wizard
scrolling.
spell on a spell scroll can be copied just as spells in the spell list can be copied. When a spell is copied from from a spell scroll, the copier must succeed on an intelligence arcana check with a DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level. If the check succeeds, the spell is copied and the scroll is destroyed.
Oh,
Yes,
what?
The scroll's
The
destroyed.
scroll's destroyed if
Yes.
it's copied? Okay.
Like you would know this, so I'm like, that's why I'm telling you. You know how to copy
I mean, I'd
stuff,
probably
you know
share it
how
with
to-
Misty if she really wanted it anyway, so
Um,
it's not gonna make any difference to Gorgon.
so
It's a spell.
this so like looking at over everything as Missy's doing, you can't like figure out what the spell is without like opening up the whole thing. You can tell that it's a conjuration spell, and it's like a fairly higher level one, like to what you're used to. Gorgon, that 24, like just like the like little inner workings that you can see of the spell, like and like the stuff that like Missy can see. You can tell that this is a spell scroll for like the spell Dimension Door.
Gorgon's eyes just widen. And then he's like,
I feel like a little bit of hot breath coming out.
A little bit.
I'm like, oh my God.
But I'll give like Missy like more information about like the other stuff as well, just because you rolled decent. Where is it? There it is. So the circlet, you imagine like based on the object like it's in the center, you can tell that's like a diamond. So this can probably cast like some kind of like evocation magic. or it has like some kind of like evocation use to it. And then the metal tube you can recognize as a chime of opening.
Sick. Do I manage to close the scroll before it explodes in my fingers from...
Did I even have enough time to copy it? I don't think I did. Yeah,
Okay.
no. Yeah,
Also, you can't copy spells into your spellbook unless they are of a spell level that you are able to cast.
Oh, really? Wait. Okay. My bad, sorry.
But like just for the Arcana or Arcane people here, I just have that open. So people who can cast the spell Dimension Door, like it's on your spell list, you can cast this spell, even though you don't have spell slots for it. You just have to make an ability check using your spellcasting ability, and the DC is 10 plus the spell's level. Otherwise, if you can cast a 4th level spell, you can just read from the scroll and you can cast it. But otherwise, you can attempt to cast it.
Okay.
Did we specify again what the sun design circlet was?
I described it to Missy as something related to like evocation magic.
Okay,
Yeah.
but nothing specific
No.
about it, right?
It's got a diamond in the center, but that's about it. I thank Bran. Taking the items, I think I automatically give the Chime of Opening to Maleka. Although I don't know if Maleka knows what to do with a random metal tube.
Absolutely not. You give it to her and she's just like, thanks.
Thanks.
An avocado. Thanks.
It's a banana. Sorry, that's the other fruit one. But I'm gonna keep the circlet and scroll. At least I would divvy them up, and while after we get like an official task going.
Okay.
Like as we start moving.
Emit then asks Bran to like step over with the bag. So Bran like grabs his bag and walks over, and Emit kind of like just grabs the cloak out of it, and I'd have to double check how the spell works. So he takes a minute to like look over this thing, and you guys can see like he takes out a pearl, and an owl feather. So he's casting Identify. So like he does that for a minute on the cloak that you know that the Shadow Sorcerer was also wearing. And he's like, this doesn't seem dangerous. I thought it would be. And he kind of like looks at you guys like pondering in a way. And then he kind of like just like sets it aside on his desk. Bran kind of like leaves the cloak with him, and like it goes into his bag, and he pulls out a sack of coins. You can tell it's like a decent sized sack. And he's like, this is half of what I found in the place you guys went to. I guess you can have this too. I don't need it. So he probably hands this to Missy as well. Alright, so do you want what the party gets, or do you want what everyone would get if you split it up equally? I have both because I'm generous.
Split it up.
Split
Split
up.
it up.
Yeah, split it.
Alright, so everyone gets 15 gold, 55 silver, and 45 copper. I can probably just copy this from my notes.
How much copper?
45.
15,
45.
55, 45.
That's total, or that's
what
what we're
you
each
each
getting? Okay. I was about to say, that's kind of low. Come on, Tom, where's our reward?
It's also not divisible by 6.
Well, that's what each gets, so
Oh.
like...
So it wouldn't work.
I'm back.
Thank
69
you.
copper.
I guess. How far is the next trial?
It's... Emmett kind of laughs. It's, a bit north from where the graveyard is.
We have to go up there again?
Unfortunately, yes. However, I would like some guards to look into the crypt, given the nature of what was found there. So, similar to how we sent guards and miners down to the mine, I would, if it's alright with everyone else, to send some guards to the crypt. You will travel along with them up to there. I should say I will take you there. And then our group will continue north past the graveyard. Jonas is like, yes, I can agree to that. Is there anything like
Bless
you
you.
guys want to say?
Thank you.
I talk a lot today. There's too many characters in this room.
So the next trial presumably would be fierce. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was the word you said? Fierce?
Fears.
Yes.
No, fierce.
The next trial is fierce.
Fleece?
We're all gonna look great.
The next trial, we must walk down the runway.
I think we can do
The
that.
fear of stage fright. Gorgon could totally sport some nice fleece, you know. Mare's
He said yes, the next trial would be a fear.
Sorry, I really zoned out with that one for real quick.
Well,
When do we take off?
As I will be going with you, and we might need some time to organize the wagons and the guards. I'd like to speak with them. So you'll have, I'd say, a few hours. If you'd like to leave today, we can arrange we leave tomorrow. The trial is not exactly a rush, but I would like to return to Boatwright as soon as possible. Just given the nature of what's been going on.
cool.
Mm.
By chance, do you know if I could find ingredients to make some potions of healing?
He kind of like thinks for a moment, because like he doesn't make potions, but Drusilla, who's been quiet this whole time, will say, yes, there's a shop a little bit east of here.
East.
It's right next to the tavern. Can't miss it.
I mean, it's possible it's next to a tavern, but you know. I believe they specialize in medicinal herbs, potions, that kind of sort.
Wunderbar. Thank you.
And probably at this point, just because I'm looking at the map, Bran can finally sit down. He's got his little raven.
No, he must stand. I demand it.
Like an
NPCs
end.
must
don't need
stand.
to sit, Tom.
This is part of our payment. He stands.
So is there anything else you guys want to ask the council at this point?
I guess we'll take the next 12 hours divvying up the 2 magic items we have left.
Well, like, do you guys want to leave like tonight, or do you want to leave in the morning? That was also something like.
Really? Tonight?
I mean, I say tonight. It'll be like afternoon. Like this is early afternoon. They'll probably need like 2 hours or so. Like, or like.
Oh yeah, then that option, that one.
Yeah.
I would like to get a couple of supplies before we leave, so.
Yeah.
I'd say like you'd have time to get stuff if you'd like.
Yeah.
Like so you can
But we
grab
could
stuff
leave tonight.
and also leave soon.
Mhm.
All right, so that's your guys' plan.
That sounds good.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
sounds good.
they ask you to leave so they can talk in private.
About Brand's new raven. So cool.
When I cast Identify on the Raven.
Yeah,
Everyone
it's touch
can
range.
compliment.
It's touch
What'd you
range.
say? Yeah, I know.
You pull out a pearl in front of the council and you're like eyeing the
You
raven.
just starts like gesturing the pearl onto it. I
Yeah,
want to
I-
know what this does.
Yeah,
Does he follow?
just start tapping the pearl on it. Come on. Whoops, shoot.
Uh-oh.
So, does anyone want to do anything before you guys leave? I'd like you guys to, like, start like up north next session if possible. So like, if there's anything you guys want to do now.
Edelweiss would want to buy a couple of supplies for making a couple of healing potions.
Okay.
Hopefully, the raw material is going to be a little cheaper.
Yeah, they're a little bit.
Gordon would like to just straight up buy 2 healing potions.
Okay. Where do you go to get them? Do you go to the same place?
I
or-
would like to look for like an alchemist shop somewhere around.
Well, you know, like the one like magic shop you went to, you could go there for potions. I don't know if Gorgon wants to go there necessarily.
No, Gordon doesn't want to deal with racists, so he's gonna go somewhere else.
You should just like actually introduce a shop NPC that's racist, specifically towards Gorgon.
but he isn't. But he gets along perfectly fine with Gordon. Just
He's just too
Oh my
nervous to
God.
like say anything that might upset him.
Mhm.
It's all in the company you keep. Yikes. Yeah, that's all that Edelweiss wants to do. If anyone else would like to do anything else.
So currently the cost of healing potions for Gorgon is 56 each.
Poor
Yeah.
Gorgon.
Move on to it because it's expensive, eh?
And Edelweiss, it's like half the cost for like just raw materials.
Gotcha.
Gordon is not gonna buy health potions.
Well, he goes to a new shop and he's like, I'm gonna buy out all these health potions. And why are they 6 gold more than they're supposed to be?
6 gold more. I think it's more like double, isn't it? Hold on. How much is the health
Health
potion?
potion 50
Health
gold.
potions 50?
50.
Oh, they are expensive. Yeah. What the
Yeah,
heck?
you're thinking of the discount shop from Avernus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We also talked about this last episode when Misty had a heart attack, thinking her tuition was going towards health potions.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure in other campaigns that I've been a part of, I've had this conversation as well, and I just always forget how expensive they are.
Well, I mean, they're like
Hmm.
expensive and like it depends on the economy that you guys are given. Like I've given you guys a decent amount of gold, so I don't think 56 is that much. But you're also like kind of limited to
Mhm.
like not buying dozens of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was trying to aim for.
I would be able to
Oh.
buy 1 health potion.
I could buy 3, but like, I actually have a quick question,
Yes.
Tom. So healing, potion, or sorry, not healing spells. Is that technically a damage type?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I've been playing a little bit of Divinity. That's how that works. Josh knows what I'm talking about.
I'm aware.
Well, yeah, and like the game that like I'm most familiar with that like has like a lot of damage types is like Final Fantasy Tactics. Like if you tried to heal a zombie in that game, it does damage.
Yeah, that's what I was
No,
thinking.
no,
Is like
it's not
something like that.
in D&D.
Okay,
It used to be
darn.
like that, but not in this edition.
Can we switch the edition? Like right now?
No, no.
Oh my
no.
god.
First edition gang, rise up.
I'm
Okay,
buying
I would-
one set of materials.
One set of materials. All right, that's 28 gold for you.
Mhm.
Eh.
And then Gordon, you're not buying any.
Reason why. Gorgon's just gonna go look at the price tag, and just think of how it's been trying to buy things elsewhere in this clearly racist city, and then just walks out.
I want to say Missy is back at the tavern. First, she wants to know, ask Thorin, like, do you think the kobolds will come up with us this time, or should we leave them at the tavern? We left them down here the last time we went up north.
Yes, but that's because we were, going to confront the employer of the doppelgangers in a crypt.
True.
Sounds like this time, we're just sort of going to a place to have a trial, and I don't think the trial is, dangerous.
Combative.
I'd love for the kobolds to have their own trial.
A few specifically.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Have they? I feel like I asked them this question before. I don't know. Does anyone remember if I asked the kobolds if they've ever seen snow?
Yeah, and they have seen snow.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I feel that definitely sounds like a question I would have asked.
Yes.
So
They haven't seen snowballs though. So
yeah,
they're still
we'll have to
fine.
show them snowballs. But I think after settling that, Missy's gonna look at the circlet. Just be like, I've never had anything this nice. It's just kind of weird to have something this nice. She's just saying this out into the ether, not to anyone specifically.
It's nice.
Yeah. Do you think it'd be too much? I'd stand out, right? I know, like, if I were in a crowd and Maleka didn't know me, she'd, like, tag me down and stalk me home later the night and take it from me somehow.
What?
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 What? But yeah, what if someone like clocks me and they're just kind of like, ooh, that's someone I can steal from? Do you think it's too much?
Like
Too much.
clocks you?
You could
No, like
blow them up.
what?
What?
You blow people up. You hurl fire and death at people.
Not sure. I'm actually not sure if I've ever thrown fire.
I'm not sure if you've thrown fire either. That's why
I think it's Ray of Frost and
Frost. I've done frost.
Ray of Frost and Shell
I've done
Touch.
Frost.
Those are our
Yeah,
your
I do.
projectiles.
I have snowball fights. I have snowball fights.
Then I guess you wouldn't blow them up. You would freeze them.
That seems unfair. Well, I guess if they're stealing. Do you
If
think I
they're
should
trying
have
to
it?
take your things.
I don't know.
Why not?
Maybe I should give it to someone else. I don't know. It's
You
just
can
very
always
nice.
identify it and figure out what it does.
I can't do that.
I can. By the way,
That's
when
not
does
nice.
Origin get back around?
Probably spends like half an hour to an hour.
Hmm.
Because you guys went, well, I know Edelweiss went east, so it's like a little bit farther away from the tavern, but you probably could have found something a bit
Yeah,
closer.
Origin went west. Yeah. Okay.
So I know the scroll is some kind of conjuration spell. It would make more sense to use like a scroll, right? Like if I want to hone my magic abilities. The circlet has some kind of evocation. And I turned to Maleka, I'm like, and that's a chime of opening, so it should like makes unlocking stuff fun and easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I know I just handed you something you had no idea what it was, but it's like It's like ding, and it opens things. Yeah.
Excited.
I'll
Um,
give you.
and whenever Gorgon gets back, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, do you know what these are?"
Oh, you asking me right now?
When you get back, yeah.
Oh, I thought I wasn't back yet.
Well, it would have been like I said, 30 or 45 minutes. So she's saying when you get back, she's going to ask you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we're doing
I've
this
time
now.
skipped. I've time skipped.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. All right. So Gorgon's like, oh, well. Which one are you holding up specifically to him right now?
Both of them. I've got the scroll and the circlet in both hands.
All right. Gorgon's will be like, well, that's an easy one. That there is a dimension door spell.
So what?
A dimension door spell. Well, you see, when you cast it, you just think.
No, I
or-
know what dimension door is, Gorgon, but there's a wow.
What?
It's just cool. I don't know
Oh,
how
yeah.
to do dimension door.
Well,
That's just cool.
yeah, it's a very useful spell. Yes.
What about this one? And I hold out the circlet.
Well, I go ahead and cast Identify on
Are you doing ritual?
it. I'm gonna cast
Okay, you can
it.
expand a spell slot. Okay, so it takes a minute, and you can use a spell slot. So
Okay, and it is.
In Tom's voice.
Why didn't I have this ready? Good thing it's in my
Tom
search history.
has to figure out what kind of circlet it is. Tom has to cast Identify now.
I had to cast Google. By the way, if Google wants to sponsor us,
Is it a circlet of blasting? I hope it's a circlet of blasting.
Well, hold on.
Oh my god.
so Mayor, you have the description of the chamber opening. Gorgon.
Yes, I sent it to Riley because I gave her
Okay.
the.
Yeah, I
Once
just
you know
got
what
it.
the item is and you have
Oh.
it, you can add it to your character sheet.
Okay.
Cool.
Amazing.
Scorching. Oh yeah, no, it totally is. Yeah. Well, that's a circlet of blasting. You blast things with it.
Do you want to describe what it does, Gorgon? I'm sorry, Alex.
I'm like, is that its
What-
like? Is that his actual name?
Yeah, no, that is. It's a circlet of blasting. Yeah. Yeah. So, when you wear that circlet, you essentially cast a
Blast.
scorching ray, and you do so, and in fact, you can actually. It's more concentrated, so it actually does more damage than what a normal scorching
No, it
ray
doesn't.
would. That's an extra +5. Well, no, it says right here. You do so with an extra plus. Oh, it's just an attack bonus of
Yeah,
+5.
so
Never
like
mind.
that's actually, I think that's worse than your spell attacks.
Yes.
Yeah,
it is.
but-
Okay, never mind. It's probably not gonna be as good as say you or I could do, but
It's not as.
you don't have you don't have to use your spell slots.
Is
Is that metagaming in a way? Is that like a technical term in D&D?
Don't use up your mana. You know.
Don't use up your
yeah.
mana. Yeah.
Don't
Isn't that
get
a fruit?
tired.
Is that a fruit or
In-
something?
in like somewhat actual terms. So yeah, it's a circle of blasting. You can cast Scorching Ray once per day. You have a spell attack bonus of +5. So like, I think anyone could technically use this.
Does it run out the same way the chime
No,
does?
it's just once per day.
It's
It,
once
it,
per
it
day.
recharges once.
Once-
Like
yeah.
at dawn.
Okay. Okay. Miss Fortune has an even harder time picking which one she wants to keep. Is the circlet
Uh,
too much? Is a blowing up circlet like too much? The dimension door might be too much too. But like,
Well-
I don't think someone would like eye me down and be like, I can steal that if I have just a scroll on me.
Well, does Missy have a spell book?
No, she's
No,
a sorcerer.
I'm a sorcerer.
Oh, right. I don't know why I always think you're a wizard as well.
That'd be scary.
We have a lot of the same spells.
Yeah, I know. That's probably why we both use a lot of necromancy spells.
So just to
Um,
be clear, the people that can cast Dimension Door are bards, sorcerers, warlocks, wizards, trickery domain clerics, and Oath of Vengeance paladins.
Okay.
Doesn't know that.
Probably not, but he can.
Okay, so
So like, it's probably best in the hands.
and
of...
the scroll's only one use, right?
Yes, once a spell is used, it like dissipates essentially.
All right. Well, Missy, I would suggest that you could possibly keep both. I wouldn't mind either way. I would only use the scroll in emergencies, since it's only one time. But you know,
It's a weirdly generous of you, Gorgon.
well, to be honest, I just want you to keep the scroll so I can copy it down later when I can. So.
I
And I personally don't have any use for a circlet. I already have a hat. You can't see it, but it's there.
No, I know the hat's there. It makes me
Yes.
uncomfortable. Not
Well,
sure
I don't know why it
just
would make
does.
you uncomfortable.
I don't know. It makes my throat scratchy. I don't like it.
All right,
Georgian kind of just eyes you
I have to
like.
interrupt everyone real quick. So I got a spam email from HelloFresh now.
Is this our sponsor? Is this our sponsor?
That's it. It's our sponsor.
Oh my god.
That's actually how sponsorship works.
Yeah.
It's a spam email.
Count.
But it's
Isn't that
HelloFresh
what-
wants to
That's
That's what we
sponsor
should do
us.
until we get a
Yeah.
That was
until we get a sponsor. We should just read like a random spam email we got.
Yeah.
Lose weight in 30
So, do you
days.
have trouble with the misses?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
New hot ladies in your area.
I love getting the weight loss ones from me.
Yeah.
Why do you want him to disappear?
That's a weird way of saying it, but okay,
Flat
thanks.
family over here.
Emails. Alright, back to this though.
Yeah.
I just had to point that out. 'cause
I
you
look
mentioned
at.
it earlier. I think it was off stream
That
though.
was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can hold on to both then. Oh, I didn't ask anyone else, huh? I don't really want to know what. I don't really want to know what the others would do with a circlet of blasting, so I'll keep that one. And
So
dimension
anyway, I
door.
started blasting.
Dimension door.
Yes.
How many dimensions? Where does it?
Do you want the description for?
How many
Dimension door,
dimensions?
Mayor?
Yeah. Send me the dimension
Yeah.
door one.
You can teleport wherever you like, as long as you can describe it accurately or see it.
It's only on this plane, though.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this copy's right.
Like, let's just go to the
You
graveyard.
want to go home?
I think it's you and one willing creature.
You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range, which is 500 feet. It doesn't say it's only on this plane.
Well, it's a place.
That you can visualize.
I'd say it probably implies like on this plane.
Okay.
Because it has to be like a place that you're like kind of like familiar with or can describe like as a direction. So I don't know if you can be
Yeah,
like,
but
all right,
I
I'm
wouldn't
thinking
be. I
ethereal plane.
wouldn't be the one doing that. I would not be doing like Shadowfell. I'd be like, hey Zaneria, here's a dimension door to a place you can visualize.
You wanna? Fuck off!
Little sassy.
Hold on, I'm consulting Reddit. Apparently, a popular search with Dimension Door is, can you use Dimension Door while grappled?
I mean, you
Reasonable.
could probably conjure it up, but can you walk through it? That's the thing.
No, it depends if you move your hands easy.
Mm. Oh, if you already
Can't
If you arrive in a
Well-
place that's already occupied by another object or creature, you and the creature traveling with you to each take 4d6 of force damage. And the spell fails to teleport you. Oh, damn.
Okay, yeah, the general idea is that it just uses the astral dimension to transport you, so...
Oh, so it's like Warhammer
I-
40k.
So I will stick to Tom's rules about this. So if you say it's only for this plane, that's a-okay. I told you I'll offer the wizard dimension door, and he rejected it. Wow.
I mean, I told her to save it so I can copy it down later.
He's scared of it. I know he is. So just like wrap things up. Is anyone else doing anything before you guys head out?
No.
Yes.
Throden.
Oh.
Rodin's going to, lean over to Zen at some point during all this and just be like, I've made some friends with the priests of the city. We might be able to get you some beads so you can talk to your queen. Or she can talk back to you, rather.
I had looked for other temples around the city, and I thought about asking one of them if there was a temple for the Banshee Queen, and then didn't.
Well, maybe we could ask my friends at the Temple of Wem.
The Temple of Wumbo.
Temple of Wumbo!
The only thing I can call it as when you described it, which is why I needed you to say it twice. I was just like, Wumbo, that's it. If they're close, I suppose if they're nearby.
Nearby, Tom.
It's not
Temple
too
of
far
Wumbo.
away.
Not if Edelweiss takes you there.
Yeah, so if you take the Edelweiss route, you'll end up there tomorrow.
Wumbo is about Wumbo distance away, so
Approximately one
Don't do it.
Wumbo.
I got it.
oh, we've got this squeaky Mary.
This episode's been so derailed so
It
many
is.
times.
That's why the next one with
It's
the trial is
fun.
going to be so much better. Just a whole, like, 180.
For you, maybe it's the Temple of.
Alright, is that a challenge,
Fear.
Tom? Is that a challenge to derail the next session too?
I mean, I'm sure you can. Knowing this group, you sure
We'll do it
can.
actively. It's okay.
Alright.
Derail just sounds like an easy way of saying gently push.
If Throne knows where. Well, I know where it is too. If we ask Throne's friends if they know if there's a Banshee Queen situation nearby.
So they kept the Voidwalker cloak too, right?
Yes, like last you saw it,
we didn't ask for
Emmet
it.
had it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he
was
gets the cool
identifying it.
cloak. I swear to God, if I see him the next time with those like funny eyes, like, I'm gonna be
He looks
pissed.
rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, does Throden remember where the Temple of Wem is?
For sake of brevity, I'll say between you and Zenny, yes, you know where it is.
Okay. He's gonna look for Ernest Kelsey. I think I got that name right.
Yeah, sounds right. I keep mixing him up
Yeah.
with Hugh Blankley, which is the wizard. They were both active in your guys' one-shot pre-campaign.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can go there, ask for him. Do I have a description of him? He's a dark-haired individual about average height for a male. Ernest Kelsey, everyone. He's like adorned in like purple robes.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's like,
Ernie! Hey!
hello, I recognize you. I don't believe I caught your name.
With Throden.
Nice to
Zen.
Nice to see you again, Throden. Nice to see you, kind of pauses. Zen?
Zenaria.
Zenaria.
That too.
My name is Ernest Kelsey. Nice to meet you. So, Throden, what brings you here once again?
Zen. He's gonna point at her.
It sounds less like a point and more like a huge gesture.
That's just how Throden sounds.
Forgive me, I was curious if you knew anything about not knew anything, but knew of temples for the Banshee Queen nearby, or Banshee thieves.
And he kind of like looks at you curiously with his arms crossed. Like arms got tangled by my cord. But I don't recall there being one to her. I know there's one for Ergok, several for it's the prominent one in the city. One for Liontos. There's a small one for Auroras near the coast, but Sylvanas, I don't believe so. You might find not many worshippers of her work here, but if I hear anything, I'll definitely let you know if there's like a small gathering, perhaps. Almost like a community, like a smaller community. I was gonna say like community service, but that doesn't sound right, because it's a community.
Like a church service.
Church service, but community. Is that not a community service?
A service within the community?
Sure. He uses some kind of verbiage like that. But like, he's like, yeah, I'll let you know if I find one. Is there a way I can reach you, should I?
We're usually at it was named last episode.
Lowell.
I don't remember the name.
The Slowwell Inn. We won't be there for the next few days though. Next time we have downtime episodes, I'll remember that I want to do this.
Leave the info with Jeremy. He's a good person.
Yes, that would be appreciated.
Can do that.
Definitely not someone that can turn on us at any moment.
Definitely not someone who knows all our secrets. It has our kobolds.
And the kobolds are going with you right now, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Say, Ernie, how'd you sleep last night?
I slept well. And you, Throden?
Yeah, fine.
Good. Is there anything else that you needed of me?
No.
If it comes up again, I could say hi to Colby for you. I know he's not, the god you worship, but,
Again,
it'd be pretty interesting. I think.
curious look. He's able to figure out that you mean Cobal. The natural 17 and stats I don't have me up in my head. Yeah, he's able to figure it out, and it's kind of weirded out that you would call him Colby, but sure.
Great.
If that is all, I will be tending back to my temple.
Yes, thank you.
He will bow before you guys. Before he proceeds out. Or proceeds back in, I should say.
Then bow.
Odin's gonna start to wave and then stop in the middle and bow back.
Anything else you want to do?
That was my derail, so.
No, that was cool. Well, there's nothing else. you're able to meet Emmet with a series of 3 carts. There's guards like positioned on each of them. There's horses. There's 2 horses dragging each of them. The front one is the empty one, so like that's the one like you are assumed to ride in with Emmet. He doesn't really like carry like a backpack. Like he's got like pouches and stuff, and like perhaps like stuff like under his robe maybe, but like within his hands you can see like he has the cloak with him.
Is there a reason why you're bringing that with us?
Frankly, I don't know if I wanted to leave my sight. I know its properties, what one can do with it. I don't know what it itself does.
I look to Edelweiss and I go, then the Voidwalker will materialize out of the cloak and Emmet will come and kill it.
I could take a look at it if you like.
Well, you know, like he identified it.
Oh, he already
Yeah, so
identified
he
it.
knows what one can do. With, like I said, what one can do with it. He doesn't know what it does. If that makes sense. Like,
He's like worried about it, affecting the user in some way,
right?
right?
Oh, so it's sentient in some way, is what you're trying to say.
No,
He
doesn't know if
that.
it is. Identify doesn't reveal sentience, unless like for some reason I felt it would. But
I know, I'm just mitigating a bit.
Does it really?
No,
though?
it
How
doesn't.
is it? Is there something more powerful?
I don't
that
think so,
does
because
that?
like identify also doesn't reveal if an item's cursed. So I don't know if there's a way to find out other than like a tuning to it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe legend lore? Who knows?
Hopefully, if something was sentient, it would tell you.
Yeah, but it might be too
What if it
late.
didn't want
It's just, it's really shy, so it just doesn't say anything for the longest time. It's like 5 years later. Hi!
Can we talk about the Eldritch Horror? in your bed?
I'm triggered. Let's move on.
Flint's toes have been eaten.
I'll be honest, I'd like someone to try wearing it where I could monitor them. If anyone's willing. But
Sure.
I can't be sure what it's going to do. I don't think it'd immediately do anything dangerous.
If you fear it has something to do with shadow, I don't know if I would be better equipped to deal with it, but I would be willing to, if you think it would be worth it.
Pretty shadowy, so it fits.
I will leave that decision up to you. Otherwise, I will hold on to it.
Hmm.
Would be a fun experiment, huh, Gordon?
Yeah, sure.
You wanna flip a coin, Zen?
Mm.
I just lean over to Missy and whisper, I hope Throden gets it.
I don't think we'd get good, like, results. It might affect intelligence.
It'd be funny.
Well, you know?
This is why I'm an archaeologist and not a scientist.
No, yeah, I got that. This is why you're an archaeologist and not an anthropologist.
You don't feel that it has any predestination towards shadow or darkness or things like that?
We're whispering to each other. Are you eavesdropping on us?
Eddie has. Why would you do that? There's no reason to listen to it. She's asking Ema.
Not that I can tell. I think it's just a cloak imbued with its magic, or with the magic that they use.
let's give it to our one non-magical party member.
Are we all pretty magical? Except for Melika?
I mean,
yeah.
but even Malika
Who
can cast a spell.
the most?
Oh. What if we give it to one of the kobolds?
Oh!
Yes!
Alright, we'll go for the big kobold,
Go for
but
Kosh.
not the 3 ones. The 3 littles.
Are you?
Wait,
Froden.
give it to the one that can speak English. I mean, common.
I'm not sure if giving it to one of the kobolds, if they can't communicate if something's going wrong.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good
One of
idea.
them can.
No, not the littles. The big one. He's volunteering.
There's a big kobold?
No, Throden, not at all.
Alright, so are you guys taking it, or do you want to leave it with the Emmett?
But I'll wear the cloak.
When would you like to test this out and have one of us wear it? Just now, while we're going?
Ideally while I can keep an eye on you. Otherwise, like I said, I can hold on to this.
No, let's do it for science.
And magic.
And magic, yeah.
We do have to think about the repercussions, though. If it makes someone, like, evil, I don't know if we really want to give it to Throden, but would Zeneria communicate to us if she's changing those feelings? But, like, if it deals with, like, attaching to your intelligence and making you think different things, Zeneria would be the better choice.
Zeneria, if you weren't evil, would you tell us? Yes or no?
She hesitated.
I would hope,
She would.
Okay.
evil is it's a dull line.
That answer was not comforting.
That's
Still not.
well, no, that's the answer that a religious person would say, so I get that. Yeah.
Sylvanas is at times considered evil, and I agree. I don't think that our heaviest hitter and also someone who can heal others should be put at risk like that. I don't think Throden should do it.
So, are we saying that we give it to the weakest person in the group?
No, that's also a bad idea.
Give
So
it
we
to
don't give
who?
it to anybody.
Someone,
How
I
about
kind of wanted to
Emit
do
wear
for
it?
you guys.
I'm just saying, if we're talking about the weakest people in the group, we're going straight back to my ideas with the kobolds.
Alright, fine. I'll wear it. I'll take it.
no, Missy should not take it. We should not give it to the weakest person.
Actually, no. That's
I am
actually,
familiar with
The
darkness.
second weakest person.
I can do
You-
it.
We
Second.
should definitely not give it to Misfortune. We don't know if it is the type of magic that she clearly is
Oh,
going
so
to die
You
with.
don't know.
We don't know if it is or not.
She like sleeps with it, and
Hold on,
it's
I'm
like her throat just swells up and
so
suffocates
it-
in her
I'm gonna
sleep.
go over and sniff the cloak.
You're gonna sniff the cloak?
That's-
Do I have to
Roll
roll?
d20.
Doesn't. Okay. 14.
It like you kind of like waft magic from it, and like
Mhm.
it doesn't bother you, like it doesn't bother you, like just like wafting it, but like something doesn't like sit well with you about it.
Does it sort of is the feeling reminiscent of when I get allergic reactions, or is it sort of like it just doesn't feel right?
It's actually a little bit of both. Like it's
Okay.
almost like it's comparable to like that feeling where you have to sneeze, but it's not like
Yeah.
you know you're not gonna sneeze kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
not, it's,
So I would say like it's both feelings of I feel an allergic reaction, but also there's just something bad
Right.
about it.
like kind of
Okay.
like if you're allergic to cats and you're like, there's a cat in this house kind of thing.
Yeah, my nose is stuffing up. I'm like, all right, fine, I won't take it, but I'm starting not to like the idea of Zeneria taking it because this thing does not feel right.
I'm closer to this kind of magic.
I don't think you should be more. I think that just makes you more prone to it.
Keep in mind,
Hmm.
the reason I'm keeping an eye on you is that I can intervene if something goes wrong.
Oh, so let's just go back to the.
I'll say,
Let's go back wild.
I'll do everything in my power to ensure your safety, but I can't guarantee some unpleasant feelings may come about it at times.
Can I? I'm not gonna sniff it. Can
You
I?
get a wedgie. Unpleasant feelings. Ugh.
Need this cloak?
Can I touch the cloak and see if it makes me feel weird too?
You touch the cloak. Feels silky.
Hey. Can I? Alright, if nothing happens, I'm gonna sniff it a little.
What a weirdo.
Smells like death.
Watch that he's kind of.
Do you hear what I said?
What's Emot doing with all this?
She just wants to smell the guy. She just wants to know what that scent is.
She's in tracking mode.
Full ranger. On full Aragorn.
Go, Bloodhound. So are you sniffing?
Magic
What's happening?
Oh, like it reminds me of the smell of death.
This,
Oh,
How pleasant. How
Not-
pleasant.
this does not seem strange to me. Truly. Homie almost.
I mean, she's got a point, yeah. Is it better or is it worse for us to give it to the person who is most closely aligned with this kind of thing? Does that make them more or less prone to be affected by it?
Well,
Yeah,
the more
that's my
somebody
question.
drinks, the more tolerant they get to it.
That's not that true. Have you seen me with a lot of goat milk?
You just haven't built
Super
up your
lactose
tolerance to
intolerant.
it. Ugh.
I mean, Gorgon, you've done magic longer than I have. Is that true with magic?
I mean, typically, the more you use magic, the more skilled you become with it.
I mean,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean there isn't something more powerful than you that you still will lose control
well,
over.
guys, you're not considering that when you guys level up,
Well, you never know if you
your
don't
saving
try.
throws eventually go higher.
You know what? Tom is completely right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great meta point.
If only there's a way to describe that in game terms.
That's what I was trying to describe.
So
Miss
they
Fortune's
just-
gonna put up her hands and be like, "Whatever, you figure it out."
To be fair, I don't think many of the things we found in the crypt, or sorry, that Mr. Name I forget, his name,
Bran?
Bran.
my Bran.
That's how you remember him?
Bran, there we go. That's how I'm gonna remember that. Many of the things that Bran found in that crypt may not be that entirely safe to begin with. But
Me wearing the circlet? What are you talking about?
Wait, guys.
but
Have manacles in case anything happens, yeah?
We
Should
all
we all
have
get
manacles.
manacles? We all got manacles?
Yes,
yeah,
I gave you
Veronica
all
gave us-
manacles. Don't you
Gorgon
remember?
put his head out of his back. Oh yeah, that's what I was sitting on earlier.
If
Her
anything
off
happens, we
of
just
her belt and
manacles-
hands them to Throden.
Yeah, so in case anything happens, we just manacles a person.
Oh, hold on, I don't know how
I-
your teleportation work. Would you be able to teleport out of your manacles?
I can't go very far, and no.
Okay, then yeah, that's a good point.
She
Otherwise,
hands her manacles to Throden.
Sorry, I don't
Oh,
like
did
going
you
through
not
the
like them?
backpack.
No,
Give them
I'll
back.
take them back after. It's safer. Just in case.
Why?
No, I can't manacle someone else.
Gorgon kind of raises his eyebrow a bit.
Tom's like, guys, this isn't gonna like You're taking it too far.
The cloak isn't cursed or anything. It's just like
No,
it's a
I just
magic.
had the description.
Turn
I
to
just had the
something.
description for the item open. I'm just ready to copy and paste it into someone's DMs.
Well, I also, Missy wants to turn to Maleka and be like, well, she doesn't need them because Thorin's already got one. So.
I mean, if we're talking about the one who's used magic the most out of all of us, I think I got a few years on most of you.
That's not. I think we're just deciding that Zeniri is doing it, and we're gonna shackle her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was born following a god, so.
I thought you were about to say I was born shackled. I'm like, oh.
Oh.
Oh my god.
All right. Is Zeneria going to wear the cloak?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
And do the thing.
Instantly dies.
Does she look like she's gotta put it on like over her armor? Like what? She looks silly. I feel like she looks silly.
Well,
Just-
maybe this would have influenced people's decision. It's a dark hooded cloak with a purple lining in its hood and the inner lining.
Oh,
Okay,
great,
so,
cool.
Oh, you mean Mary's
Kind of,
aesthetic?
yeah.
Yeah, why didn't we
Yeah.
start with the purple line?
My whole damn shebang. I take the cloak. I take the purple thing.
My description does not have.
Ah.
Just purple. Uh-oh. I can't wait for you to tell me it's super cursed and I can never take it off again. And that my beautiful character aesthetic that I worked really hard on, that includes a sleeveless tailcoat, it's ruined.
I'm really excited for you to put the cloak on, and the only effect it has is to make your eyes blue.
It's like a dread helm or something.
But that's- It's because it's the sorcerer's thing. He had blue eyes.
And then Simon becomes a suspect again.
Exactly. I'm not letting it go. Orange on orange? Please.
And let's think about it. Blue eyes complement that orange real nice.
It doesn't sit well with me.
This, just putting it on, it's not bypassing attunement in any way. I'm gonna wear it for a while and be attuned to it.
You have to. Yeah, you have to wear it in order. You have to spend an hour with it in order to attune to it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna.
But like that's
Look at the
basically
nice-
what Emit describes as like what you can do with it.
I'm gonna look at the nice purple lining for an hour on the
Okay.
ride.
So you'll attune to it.
Yep.
So you can add a void cloak to your inventory.
Great, I'm terrified.
Ah, I've come up with a new virtue name. Void.
Void of emotion.
Shit.
Do people often get multiple virtue names?
They change. Mine changed. In case anyone remembered that.
I
Miss
remember.
Fortune.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
Miss
remember
Fortune's
that.
name was Fortune.
All right. If there's nothing else, because Zini would attune to it over the course of the ride. You have to stop once before you get to the graveyard. And then I think that's what we'll pick up, because then it's gonna be like a short ride after that, and then you'll get to your first interesting thing regarding the trial. So I think I'll call the session there. Wow, that was a session.
Huh?
Things happened, but
See,
not
things
really.
didn't happen, you know?
What
Yeah.
the vision?
There was a lot of backstory,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's fun.
which I feel like I knew, but I now have the canonical telling of it.
Well, Justin does. Otherwise, it's not.
Edelweiss doesn't.
No.
Oh, no.
It just as a question, how do we handle that in the future? Like, if multiple characters learn about the same backstory, do we want the player to explain it again?
So without giving spoilers, because there's a certain way that Critical Role did it that I kind of enjoyed. So when Liam O'Brien was giving like characters like his backstory, he asked everyone else to leave because he didn't want everyone else to know. But then he felt bad, so he just said like, yeah, guys, just rewatch that so I don't have to explain it later. So like things that like just keep in mind like what your player knows, what your and what your character knows. But like at this point, if Throden wanted to tell someone like his backstory story that he just told Zini, he can just be like, all right, now Missy knows this information, kind of thing. And like you can like kind of bullet point it if like you wanted to like remind them essentially.
And then ask for if Misfortune would have any questions, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And I will say there is more to it than Throne went into, so that might come up later also.
Yeah.
Also, as an aside, Zini now knows most of the backstories in the group.
What?
She knows the most secrets.
Oh, I thought you meant she knows everyone's backstory. I'm like, how did that happen? What?
I mean, she doesn't know everybody's, but she knows the most secrets. Presumably, the sisters have told her certain things.
Not a crazy amount,
But like,
but yeah.
more so than what we would know. Like, I have absolutely no
I-
idea where you.
I
get
actually
that.
don't think so. I think we've been pretty. We've told everyone basically the same thing.
Yeah.
She knows more about Edelweiss's backstory than the rest of the group does, and now she knows the most about Den. And
Mm.
we just gave her the cloak, which might be bad.
Am I?
Just realized.
Am I the only neutral character? Is everyone else good?
I'm neutral.
There's no way Gorgon is good.
I think I'm neutral.
I gave you 2 things, young lady. How dare you?
No, Missy did say, she said you were being very generous, which was delightful.
Yeah, that honestly, Gordon should have picked up on that and be like,
I am!
I am. I grace you with my presence every morning. Who's your manager, sir?
So if there's anything else like anyone wants to like have on stream, you can do that now. Otherwise, I'll go through like the close the stream kind of thing. Everyone's good.
Merida's art.
Yeah, that's one of
Nothing
them.
For me.
I think so.
Merida's art! Exclamation point! Artist in the chat. Other important ones. Exclamation point! Discord to join the Discord. Exclamation point! YouTube for my YouTube channel, which is you should totally subscribe to and watch Crobaton on. Because if you do exclamation point Crobaton, that gives you the playlist. So you don't even have to like go to my channel, but it helps. You can just go straight to the playlist, and then you can subscribe like from the video or something. I think people do that. I don't know. Do not forget to ring the bell on YouTube. Thanks, Alex. Do not forget to follow on the Twitch. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. That is exclamation point to Twitter in the chat. I don't know what my accent is.
It's morphed.
You're getting
This
German
is Tom's
now.
real voice.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the only
Oh my God.
way I was gonna finally do the German accent. If I just accidentally go into it.
This is fun. Nice.
Wonderful.
It's kind of like the
This good?
like you keep like trying to like the anime special power until it just finally works when you need it to.
God, he just went through the entirety of Into the Spider-Verse.
But I think that is all of the stuff. We should be back next week with another episode. Probably going into the trial. We'll see. Probably.
You can't trust us.
Also, I don't know what
Gonna
it's
start
gonna
an argument on the carriage ride up there.
But yeah, that is it for stream. Trying to think of anything else I missed. I don't think so. Also exclamation point calendar. That just has like the campaign calendar, so you can keep track of how many days have gone by since the party met each other, which I'm not sure if is entirely right now. Because you got back on the Sunday that was Lifebringer's Judgment, and then the next.
Yeah, I know today is the 16th of Yule.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. So then it'll be 17th when we start off next time. Okay.
Sound good?
Alright. Then that is it for me. Don't forget to do the things I told you. Also, leave a comment on the YouTube video because you might get a shout out.
I hope he gets a shout out in
also,
my.
because
I hope I get a shout out next time.
Thanks, subs, because I didn't say it on stream. Mare, Riley, and my cousin Hot Soup 311 for the tier 3 sub and the I love you message. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Bye.